But as I was saying, I have spent way too long and put way too much effort into this one just like theory doc that you guys probably aren't seeing on Discord stream, but is up on video stream at the moment. And
I can't in fact see it on stream.
Yeah. I have 8 pages just of shit like, here's introduction video, blah, blah, blah. First Twilight, here's what I think the order of events happen. Since Shannon mentioned that she didn't hurt, that means she was probably knocked out or drugged. And since there was very little blood in the dining room, either she was knocked... That could apply to the entire, like, rest of the family and the siblings and shit when they were, like, doing their meeting before then. Then, because there were 2 servants there instead of the one like they were suspecting, I again don't think Shannon was initially one of the ones meant to be grabbed during the whole first Twilight incident. But since she was there and since they couldn't get past Natsuhi's door for some reason, which I could think is just like maybe the door handle was jammed because she put the like bracelet around her or something, or just something to cause it from not being able to twist fully open. But like that's a bit of a stretch, but that's one reason I could see with like them actually struggling to open it if they managed to have the key to get into everywhere else.
Also like a 40 or 50-year-old house.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Could be, but yeah,
old as fuck.
Yeah. So, but it would have been like the 4 siblings are probably like poisoned and murdered, plus probably Goda, since he would be the one to jump up and say, "Ah, yes, sir, blah blah blah. Let me entertain," because that seems to be his whole vibe and what he likes to do. So I think Shannon might have just gotten got when they were heading to the servant's room to get the key to this whole like shutter, the shed and shit. Our whole theory how Maria drew the magic circle in the rain. Like, I added that. Makeup is possibly like fake bodies and shit, and how like there's someone alive. Also, we get told they used to have more servants around, but they aren't on the island at that day. So, they could have had another, you know, like another body like prepared and like kept on ice for one of the bodies to be stashed in during the first Twilight, so that they could
imagine. You go to work for this guy. You're like, all right, I'm getting a paycheck. You're called into Kinzo's office one day. You just get shot in the head.
Damn.
You're on your way to the afterlife. You're like, what the fuck was that?
Beatrice, a person named Beatrice did exist, did give Kinzo money, and was like someone they did interact with because of Genji saying Beatrice exists without the quotation marks. So every time they say it with the quotation marks, they're talking about the witch Beatrice we saw in the tea party.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, we've already gone over, like, second Twilight, Ava and Hideyoshi. We can beat that lock in several ways. That's not the actual hard one. The hard one is Kinzo getting him out of the fucking study. That's the actual hard lock of that day.
I explained it the exact same way Battler explained it.
Yeah.
That's not hard. He just slipped out.
But thing is, because of how Battler was portraying it in the story itself, that relies heavily on Kinzo's disposition being significantly different when he was sober, like when he met with Natsuhi earlier, and being willing to just like, oh, hide in the other room, hide under his bed, hide somewhere where they wouldn't be able to see him from looking around and calling his name. And that relies heavily on a disposition we've never seen from Kinzo yet. Which is why, like, I find that one to be a harder sell than just, like, the second Twilight. Unless we get told, like, word for word, no shot, the lock to the first Twilight, the Ava and Hideyoshi's room was not tampered with in any way. I got nothing.
Anyways. Should probably look at the actual game now.
Yeah, but, yeah, I've been doing way too much fucking typing on the... Like, I need to ask you about Absolute Mercury, but I still have, like, 4 or 5 paragraphs on the shit topic. Yeah.
So anyways, this specific thing that, like, Case had just, like, left us on for a while, I actually know what this is. What it's specifically called in its nickname. This is the Winchester Model 1873.
Okay.
That's the gun he was using.
Oh.
It stopped being produced in 1924.
Okay.
And the specific sawed-off version of this gun, the short-barreled version, is called a mare's leg. It's essentially, it could be holstered like a pistol. That's the reason why it was used. The reason why they sawed off the barrel. So you could holster it like a pistol. But while you're riding a horse, you can pull it out and have something about as powerful as a rifle while still guiding the horse. Because this can be fired one-handed. One of the most famous cases of it would be the Terminator series. You know when he
Oh yeah, when he does his like
lever action?
his like spinning the lever action shit.
Technically speaking, that is a shotgun, but you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
It just because you can spin load those guns, so it's faster. It looks cool, but you can actually just like one hand cock the gun.
You can one hand the cock.
You can do it like a pistol. It's lever action versus a bolt action rifle, which is what they would be using.
So, but something else I was gonna bring up that I spotted here when doing like my writing and shit for the way this one whole is phrased about like 7 stakes purgatory, like this is how Beatrice is explaining her magic bullshit. They have no blind spots to target. Well, they're extremely powerful, but can't target pure people who haven't committed a sin, one of the 7 sins, or people who have strong resistance to magic power. I don't remember, because I know Battler was said to have like strange, like unnatural resistance to magic power. I can't remember if Kinzo was said to have something similar, and he just like fucking had that dog in him and got over it. But I could see that.
I'm going to call Battler something I've called myself before. A spiritual dead zone.
Go on.
I don't believe in ghosts, which a lot of, and this is going to piss some people off, a lot of the ghosts you see is you believing in ghosts and seeing what you want to see. If you don't believe in ghosts, you're able to be like, well, that's this thing, or that's that thing. It's easily explainable with real logic. There's some things out there you can't explain, I will admit, but most ghost hauntings, I say with quotation marks, it's just like an old place, or it's just a creepy place.
Alright. But because it's specifically saying cannot hit those who have strong resistance, I don't think like Battler or Kinzo, just because I think I heard that, I remember reading that, but I could be wrong. But
Kinzo had one of these fucking things in his head.
No, but that would have been that was added after, I believe it was said. It would have been added after.
Oh.
So like I don't think those two will either get like directly attacked with those, but they'll be added in post. And like it says it's saying like pure people can't be targeted by them. And I do also think like if we get to see like Beatrice actually killing someone with them, we're like probably Maria. Like despite her being freaky little devil child shit, she would probably still count as pure because of everyone describing her. So I don't think she would get hit or killed by that at least. As well.
Yep.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. TK, I don't watch garbage television.
Yeah. See, if I want to watch it, I like dumb like junk food ghost hunting shows and shit. If I'm going to watch that shit, I am just going to watch like BuzzFeed Unsolved or Watcher.
Yeah.
See,
the
because
Ghost Files.
it's actually entertaining.
Yeah.
When it's those two, because one of them is exactly like me and knows what's up, and he is legitimately just like, I'm gonna aggravate the ghosts if they do exist, because they don't. Nothing's gonna happen.
And I think like they specifically mentioned on a debrief where they just like break down like people sending in other evidence they noticed in the footage and shit, or other stuff they found that day. They mentions like they specifically cut out all the like boring standard, oh ghost, are you here? EVP shit, and then they wait for 30 seconds doing nothing and they cut out a lot of them like taking things exceptionally seriously when it's not like the narration. Which 100% I agree makes for a better show all the time.
Well, Ghost Adventures feels like it's edited in somebody's like somebody's like laptop from 2003
while they're comatose.
Yeah, while they're comatose.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it feels like it's edited in someone's garage. From like that doesn't matter. The computer matters.
But now, before we get into the next thing, how do you think that? I don't remember if we mentioned this. How do you think the story is going to continue then?
Well, this is the author that made Higurashi, which is a time loop type show. So I think we're gonna see all of these characters again. They're all gonna be the same people. It's just gonna be slightly different.
Okay. So, then do you have an idea what we will see that will make it different then? Like, what in your experience with Higurashi, because I haven't seen Higurashi, remember, would make this, like, this run different than the first one?
I've watched 3 episodes of Higurashi. I have not watched enough Higurashi for it to matter. But I imagine the murders will play out different. We might even not be in the same location. Although Higurashi all takes place in the same location, so that might be wrong. But we see in the intro that Jessica's like an idol or something. That might be into it. I don't know.
Okay, okay. My phone keeps turning on and off and on. It's like I need to like, stop disconnecting and... Okay. All right. Episode 2. Turn of the Golden Witch. Good morning. The Golden Witch has been waiting impatiently for you. Please take your seat opposite her at the table. Have you rested well and deliberated over how you will play? The witch has high expectations of you, and it is determined to come at you right from the opening. I, too, am looking forward to observing your moves. The difficulty level is first rate. The witch plans to make you surrender in an instant.
Oh my god, I figured out how Natsuhi killed herself with the gun without flying out of her hand. It's a mare's leg. So my thought process was because it's a long gun, because I couldn't see the fact that it was a mare's leg at first. Because it was a long gun, it would have flown out of her hand. With a mare's leg, it's a significantly shorter barrel, so you're able to just point it at your head and fire.
Okay.
It's inconvenient to do it that way because you should just go under your chin, but still.
Yeah. And that makes better sense than... Because I, again, in my notes doc thing I was making, I pointed out, like, so there could either be, like, a second gun on the island, like, because Kinzo could have more that, like, the other family doesn't know about, or, like... Because I think... I don't know, remember if I mentioned it, I think there's another, like, location on the island, probably from, like, when the military base was supposed to be built. Because he got the island... What?
None of those guns would have been maintained.
No, but it would have, like, been able to fire one shot. Because we only heard one shot. That's the thing.
See, it would have been able to fire one shot, or explode in a person's hand. Either way.
Magic!
Well, there was a smoking gun, so...
Well, you know, Natsuhi's was the only one smoking, so it's kind of a weak link in that argument, but it's something I wanted to note, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story is undoubtedly nothing more than fantasy. Thanks, Rasputin, for making us have to put that everywhere.
Wait, so... the reason we have to say things are fake is because of Rasputin? Hold on. That's a little thing I didn't know.
Oh, okay, I will explain that in a second. Let's do these push-ups, you lazy motherfucker.
Just 8, man.
So did I. 1.
And I plan on getting more because I got more food. Actually, I'm gonna go do that right now.
Okay, I guess I will have to explain the Rasputin story after he's back.
Well then.
But it looks like you get the first line of the novel.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. Look, George-sama. They're so cute. Look.
Oh, that's a stingray. Hold on. I thought that was an exceptionally square whale, and I was getting concerned. I did not notice that entire face even in my first playthrough of like the first two or three chapters of this thing. I did not notice that was a stingray in the slightest.
Uh,
I should
Yeah,
probably
I was
put on my
wondering
glasses then, so I'm not fucking blind.
yeah. Yeah, I was wondering about the aquarium background for the fighting game because I happened to have looked at a couple of moves lists.
Oh my god, she's cute.
I know, she's adorable. Oh god. But
So we
the
just need
reason-
More locations.
yeah, multiple locations. Yeah. But so the reasons that we have to get that disclaimer that the story and everything blah are fictitious, no relation to actual people, is because of the film in 1932 by MGM named Rasputin and the Empress, which implicated that that Princess, not Anastasia, that one of the princesses was raped by the Russian mystic and more like magic man, lover of the Russian queen, blah blah, Rasputin. And then the person who the princess was supposed to represent in real life sued MGM for libel and won like, I don't know, $200,000. And like
Holy shit, that's a lot of money back
yeah,
then.
and then like $1 million in an out of court settlement or something. So she went to
MGM
fucking
just gave her-
town.
MGM just gave her $500 million. Essentially. Back in 1930?
$127,373, which is what it was. It was
Okay,
apparently like
few million.
278 million, and then another like 22
okay.
million after as like a settlement to prevent
Yeah, so about
further loss.
$500,000. No, about $500 million. That's a lot of
No,
money.
like I said, 2 million and 22 million. That's 24 million. I'm sorry. Can
Oh.
you fucking do math? I understand you're a
No,
history
you said
person, but
200.
no, I said about
million.
200,000, not 200 million. I said roughly 200,000, but I was off. But yeah,
It's still
because
a
of
lot
that-
of money.
because of that and the whole like rape by Rasputin or whatever like accusation. Oh lord, we have to put that on everything now because of that, just to avoid lawsuits. So yeah, fun fact for free. You didn't even need to spend any of your channel points.
Ace calls me the history person, forgetting I specialize in Renaissance and before.
Yeah, you're the history person, more than me. Anyway. Shannon found a pair of hammerhead sharks playfully swimming in the tank. Play swimfulling. What the fuck was I about to say there?
Play swimfling.
Yeah, swimfully. And made a fuss like a grade schooler seeing an aquarium for the first time. That's because it probably is her first time seeing one.
He looks so much better!
He looks so much nicer when he's not in that fucking milk suit. Or whatever he's in.
that fucking gross green suit.
Yeah, they're really cute.
He should wear a shirt that isn't such a deep V-neck, but that's personal preference.
I don't think that's like... Yeah, that's fair enough, like, because it does fold out. That could just be like when he unbuttons it, he peels it out, but... Yeah, they're really cute. I almost want to eat them. Even more NTR now. Even more Mr. Steal Your Girl.
I'd feel so sorry for them. Did you know? I hear that the only people in the world who come to an aquarium and say that the fish look delicious are the Japanese.
Yeah, because it's fucked up to do that. This is you, Case.
I know, I'm finishing a bite and trying to not make a bad comment about myself. Because the last time I went to the aquarium, we were passing by like this big shark tank it was filled with, and I'm just like, damn, I could go for some shark fin dumplings.
That's illegal.
They have imitation shark
That's
fin that's for sale.
actually-
Their imitation shark fin that is for sale and is legal, and I have tried it and it is good. I hate that it's good.
Listen, the Americans and Italians don't do that because one, sharks are illegal to hunt unless you have a very specific license. And two, it's fucked up to do that at the aquarium when you see them alive.
I know, that's why I was trying to shut up and not say anything.
You're a fucked up person, Case.
Yes, and you and I are basically like the same person, like with different like college interests. What does that say about you? Is that so?
I like fish, but I'm not gonna go to an aquarium and be like, I want that one to eat.
Yes, I see. Is Dory on the menu? I heard she's perfect this time of year.
God, I saw a TikTok where they're fucking frying up one of them fish. I was like, no, Dory.
Was it by that one guy who lives in like Southeast Asia and just does videos about him like deep like spear fishing underwater or harpoon fishing underwater?
I have no idea. It was part of like a reaction thing, and like the same like because all I saw was the fish go onto the pan. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, no, because this one guy pops up in my feed decently often, which is like him just diving with like a spear gun and then just like, oh, that's a big guy, bam, and having to try like fight the fish to get it, and hopefully
Is it
not
the white guy?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
But he's going for like bigger fish.
Mm-hmm.
If you spearfish this fish, you're just destroying the fish. It's just a fully gone fish at that point.
Is that so? I'm sure even Americans and Italians would want to eat these. Those clothes look good on you. Really. Shannon embraced her chest with both hands in embarrassment. She apparently felt like she was being made fun of for not wearing these clothes that she wasn't used to. No! This isn't mocking you. You do look good in those. On those.
You are exceptionally cute.
Mm-hmm. Even though George's face didn't show it, the truth was that even he was surprised at how easily those tremendous words had left his lips. And he was as embarrassed as Shannon on the inside. Oh god, right. They are the lovey-dovey couple when they're not about to be murdered.
Yeah.
No, he's not actively with his parents.
Yeah. However, when he saw how embarrassed Shannon was, he started to feel as though he was teasing the girl he liked, and instead of embarrassment, a ticklish amusement welled up inside him. Wait, that isn't just a feeling. I really am teasing the girl I like. It pains me to admit it, but I used to think that such embarrassing expressions had fallen so far out of use they would no longer show up even in manga. No.
Oh. This is George's thought process.
Yeah. So thanks to the laws of mystery narratives, he can't be the killer this time. Yeah. On the contrary, if I'd seen a couple acting like that, I would have felt like throwing rocks at them. I see even
explode normies.
I see even 6 years estranged Battler still gets to him. He's hearing the call of the fight man. Is it my dog barking at some shit? Oh, it stopped, so it's probably nothing. However, even if rocks were thrown at us now, I'm sure they'd be just like confetti celebrating us. Very hard and sharp confetti. Now I can't even remember those lonely days, when I felt jealous of couples who were completely oblivious to their surroundings. To use an old-fashioned phrase, these would truly be rose-colored days. I was so entranced I no longer even noticed the big tank of the world's largest aquarium. Is that in Japan?
I'll look that up. You keep reading.
Instead, I saw only Shannon happily playing with the fish, all her changing emotions showing on her face.
It's not in Japan. It's in China.
Oh, so they're just visiting China.
Yep. I'm gonna butcher this. Chimlong Ocean Kingdom in Henking, China.
Hing Chin. Q makes
Qingqing,
sound.
China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have points for a push. Oh yay, we're free. TU can't hit you with more push-ups yet. Yeah.
World's largest aquarium, 1986.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have a
Yes.
better choice.
Yeah.
Aquarium. Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? It's my first time seeing a tank large enough for a whale to swim in.
I heard that this tank is the biggest selling point here, and that it's the biggest world in the whole world.
Is that so? That's amazing. It's really wonderful. Doesn't even look like a tank at all, but rather like they sliced off a part of the sea with a knife and brought it here.
I'm so child. That entire comment from George made me start breaking out and dying a little.
I'm researching what the aquarium is.
I heard this tank is the biggest selling point. It's the biggest in the world. I just mentally appended big enough for your mom. And I'm a fucking child. I started dying on the side, trying to keep it quiet.
So there's a chance it's the Okinawa Churo fucking Japanese. It's the Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium, which is part of the Ocean Expo Park. But like, it also says it was rebuilt in 2002, so I have no idea when this aquarium opened. But it does kind of look like the
Yeah, it was
title
largest.
screen.
It was okay. No, that's fair. It was the largest in the world until it was passed by Georgia in 2005. So that is accurate. And then it was passed by China. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
It was in. Yeah. Okay.
All right. See, now it makes more sense. It was like, that doesn't make sense. Why would they be in China? 1986. It's not in China.
It does, doesn't it? This is a splendid little sea. And also, I see why I thought it was a whale before, because the comment of like the tank being able to hold a whale, I'm like, oh yeah, so whatever that stingray is actually just like a whale swimming ominously towards us, diving from above. But
We don't claim that Case is smart.
how fucking dare you say that to my face?
That is very clearly a stingray.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't notice the face before, so without the face, it was like, oh, I could see that being like an oddly square whale for the artist to draw, but despite its size, I hadn't thought of the tank as anything more than a tank. That's why I thought
And then
her
it pointed
expression-
its main gun at me.
Oh no, Sherman's reached Japan!
Not the Freebrams.
That's why I thought her expression about slicing off a part of the sea with a knife was so interesting. No matter how far humans broaden their experiences, in the end, they can only hold a single personal worldview. Maybe that's why it's so interesting to interact with someone who has such a different worldview. And I said that to her honestly. And she responded,
Certainly. This might not be the real sea, but if those little guys swimming in there believe that it's a sea, then it certainly is a sea.
oh boy, I wonder if that's thematically relevant. If everyone
I can't wait to
believed-
find Shannon's corpse floating through the water.
Yeah, she'll just be like, we'll find her like what a blood trail leading down to the ocean where she's just bobbing up and down.
Being torn apart by hammerheads.
Even though they're inside a finite tank.
The sea is finite too. No, even if it were infinite, how much could we cover in our whole lives? I'm sure that it would be so much smaller than a sea.
Your voice is starting to get.
We've explored less of the ocean than we have of our own solar system.
Yep. Yeah. Your voice is getting a little bit muffled. Maybe try projecting a bit more, aiming a bit more at the mic.
I realize I probably should be a little louder.
Yeah. Like, well, you're still decently audible. It's just like slightly muffled. Also, hi, Senshia. How's it going?
Yeah. Hi, Senshia. So I'm gonna bring up something completely off topic. I'm sorry.
Go on.
So I brought up tanks earlier, and then it got me thinking about the A-10 Warthog, which is a plane. Did you know the gun for the A-10 Warthog, like the main like machine gun for it, is made by General Electric?
You're talking about a Russian Badger short. We've both seen it.
Yeah, we've all seen the Russian Badger.
I don't know. It's so fucking wild to me. It's just like, man, they sure do make electronics and things that spin real well.
What can I say? They've mastered the like spinning motor perfectly. Get those like 100 rounds a second.
Yeah. We also have to pay them monthly for our electricity.
Oh, is GE your provider?
Yeah, PGE.
Oh, okay.
Which is Portland General Electric. It's most of Oregon.
Damn.
Or at least the most of Oregon in the valley. I can't say much for like Eastern Oregon or the coast. But I'm pretty sure they own the dam, so.
But yeah, so I'll try going a little bit louder. I was just trying to recapture the softness while still having presumably some more confidence.
Yeah, I might not help, but at least like you can still keep the quiet voice while still like you can push, like you can increase the volume, but like keep pushing out a bit more air to make your voice like still louder, but more breath.
Chest voice than a head voice.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to like explain that using the like stuff I learned at my last vocal lesson on Wednesday. But
to you, go fuck yourself.
Did you just reject his request?
No, but I did it before you.
What? Thanks for the video, to you. Making us like remember to exercise and hydrate. Because we're gonna be sitting here for a lot fucking longer.
I needed to fit in everything I wanted to say during the time we were reading, because I didn't get to do that. We just immediately went in.
Yeah. So like
I had topics, man.
Yeah, we're barely fucking into this and we're already like 40 minutes. Certainly, it's ironic, isn't it? Even though the world is so vast, most of us live our lives without ever leaving our own country.
All it takes is the belief that... Oh, sorry. All it takes is the belief that it is a complete world. Or even the bottom of a narrow well to be a proper world. And a sea in the eyes of the frogs who live there.
Frogs don't live in the sea.
I
Frogs
think
are
it's
freshwater animals.
Yeah, I think they would boil. Or like hurt.
It would
a lot.
just die because it's a lot of salt. They can't really handle that much salt.
I think we're missing the point that it's probably referring to the idiom of the frog in the well.
Oh, right. That idiom.
Yeah.
I never hear that idiom often enough to keep it in my head.
I've never heard that idiom.
That would do it. Shannon, who spent her days as a servant on a small island 10 kilometers in circumference called Rokkenjima, said that with a smile.
May we never go back there. We're going back there. Right on.
Right on, boy!
Right on time.
Right on time. Right on time. So, now we've got credits now. You can start talking about whatever topics you wanted again till it's done. Go.
So I watched the new Castlevania show. It is really good. Like I was telling Case before stream, the only problem I really have with it is it needs to clean up its 3D animation a little bit, but it's otherwise like very good. Richter's definitely very different from Trevor, like just because Trevor was like in his late 20s, early 30s, and had no hope.
No hope and no
Richter,
education.
Yeah, Richter is 18 and full of hope.
And French, so it's gonna end badly.
Well, yeah, he's French, but he lived in Boston for 10 years.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, no, so this is not really much of a spoiler because it's the first episode, but he goes to France from the New World, like almost directly after the Revolution.
So he's a Boston kid?
Yeah, he's from Boston. His mom traveled to Boston from France. His mom traveled from Boston from France to Boston, and then sent Richter back to France.
Fucking hilarious.
Incredible.
Oh.
But yeah, no, it's like the first 5 minutes of the first episode. They're just in Boston, Massachusetts, 10 years after the Revolution.
Well, shit.
Wild.
I think they were literally celebrating the 4th of July.
America. Yeah. Yeah.
There was fireworks, so I would assume that's what that was.
That's amazing. Thanks for letting me. I'm gonna have to actually watch that now.
Yeah, no, I have to sit down and watch it myself then.
Please tell me the dub gave him a Boston accent.
No, he's still British.
God damn it.
His mom was French. He probably spoke with he probably spoke French at home. Not a whole lot of French people in Boston anyways.
But it would be hilarious just seeing him walk around fighting vampires with that Boston accent. I can't.
Also, to be fair,
right?
the Boston accent didn't really exist until way after the Revolution because it needed to build into that.
Okay, but it's funny. Irish accurate Q. Yeah, we should have Irish accurate Q as well.
I think that'd be fun. I think if they're gonna dub Fate, if they ever do a redub of Fate, they should cast people that can do the accents. I think Fate Apocrypha would be much more enjoyable if if Jean and Astolfo just had thick French accents.
I am the hero of all. I am the mayor of Orleans. Oh, Dracula, please stop you. What the fuck is that going?
No.
And Dracula talks.
What kind of accent was that?
I don't know. I just started swallowing every word.
If Dracula talked the way, I am Dracul of Wallachia. You come to my come to my country, and you threatened me, and then just fucking steak. Dracula and Apocrypha is fucking scary.
Yeah, we have a good time here.
We have a good time.
After we finished walking through the whole aquarium, we had a slightly late afternoon lunch at a restaurant with a nice view.
Okay, one more thing before we continue. I love whenever I'm reading the Fate Ghost stuff, giving Anastasia and Ivan just the thickest Russian accents in my mind. It just heightens everything because Anastasia's lines are very Zoomer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just this Zoomer Russian. I'm yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Any boy's heart will jump about at the sight of a buffet. I myself was like that in the past. But with Shannon beside me, this buffet felt different. I couldn't shamefully make a huge pile of nothing but my favorite foods. My guy, she cooks for you at home. I don't think she cares. She knows what you're like.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be real with you. I did like buffets, and then I got food poisoning. I don't like buffets all that much anymore.
You just got a weak gut.
So
you're just weak.
No, it's hometown buffet, and I had shrimp. I made a mistake, is what I did. It's not a weak
that's
gut.
your own fault having seafood at a buffet and not willing to accept the risk.
Then again, most of the band did get food poisoning, and it wasn't just people who got shrimp, so it might have been. It might have just been the buffet.
Yeah. Personally, I just wish buffets were more of a thing in Canada, or at least in my town.
Yeah.
I like
But-
the Mongolian grill, but that's
I mean, all you can eat places, those are pretty much everywhere.
yeah.
Like
I like the
that,
buffet on the ship I was on.
Mhm. Like I know that there's like a Mongolian grill place that is all you can eat. And it's called Mongo's Grill.
Oh, I see.
Ours is
Like-
literally called Mongolian grill.
Yeah.
I think we've just got something called like Genghis Grill or something, because
Yeah.
Mongolian Grill was taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good food. It's made in front of you, so like that's what I like.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Don't
It's
don't
been
go there if
ages.
you have food allergies.
Yeah. It's been ages, but I kind of wish I should probably consider heading back there at one point, and it's like, you know, you make your own noodle bowl, so you pick out your noodles,
Yeah.
you pick out your toppings, and stuff.
And they
Yeah.
stir fry it in front of you?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
what they
can
do
add
at
an egg
Genghis.
if you want, and
too.
rice.
Yeah. Anyway, way to go. Move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Pardon. Just sidetracked us.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure we're not about to start, like, I'm not about to say one word and then immediately, like, well, yeah, here's another tangent.
Yeah.
Because I know us. We go off on tangents. I turned an entire stream into a tangent once.
Oh, speaking of that, before we go on, there's another Scooby-Doo movie.
Speak!
Yep. Oh, it's Scooby-Doo and Crypto the Superdog.
When is it coming out?
It's out.
Oh. I was gonna point out. Oh,
I
yeah,
just
you can-
ruined Case's entire life with one
This
sentence.
came out 3 days ago.
Yep.
Alright. I need to find time.
Yep.
Yep.
And the DVD. Okay. I'm going to need to take a good hard look at my schedule now.
It's probably like an hour and a half long. It's not.
No, but I'm going to set up another watch party then if it's Scooby-Doo.
Mhm.
We went through all of them. We're gonna keep all of them until I make that fucking tier list video or like stream or whatever the hell I was gonna do with it. There's more Scooby-Doo, and we're gonna do it all. I have too many jokes in the back of my head from that watch party to not use in a video or stream.
Yeah.
We are so fucking back.
Alex, we're so back.
I mean, all the screenshots from the watch parties.
Oh, we have an entire channel just dedicated to screenshots and then bullshit we say out of context.
Exactly.
I have a couple
They-
of pictures. I
you
have a
didn't
couple of
ruin my day.
screenshots that are just Fred's head.
Okay, but Fred makes a bunch of dumb and silly expressions.
Truly.
You didn't ruin it. Thanks for sharing that. I need to make
Nick
plans
my
now.
ball.
Enigma ball.
Enigma balls. Oh.
It was funny as the first time.
It's always as funny as the first time.
It's not even our joke.
It's my joke.
Funny.
Fuck you. It's mine. I steal a lot of my jokes. That's one of the few that's mine. One of the few I'm actually proud of.
Wasn't. I shan't say. Pretty sure it wasn't you that made the joke.
No, it was me. We were watching the whole thing, where Batman just confronted Mystery Inc. as they were sitting down in a diner. Blah blah blah. The Riddler. Blah blah blah. His name is Edward Nick. We start laughing like, yes, Enigma. Blah blah blah. It's so dumb. And I just start fucking dying and just like, Enigma balls, and everyone loses their shit. This is a vivid like core memory for me now.
God, I'm just remembering TiVo's like hyena laugh while repeating.
He went full fucking hyena.
The gained a viewer saying Enigma balls. Anyway.
But with Shannon beside me, I gotta calm down. I couldn't shapefully make a huge pile of nothing but my favorite foods. I was, how should I put it, concerned about my appearance, and chose a menu suited for a snob. Toast, salad, and coffee.
Boo. You're at a buffet. Come on.
If I were by myself, I'd
Yeah.
have made a pile of greasy stuff like yakisoba, potatoes, gratins, and the like.
He's about to have the world's worst cup of coffee.
Excuse me as I try to remember what the fuck a gratin is.
It's just
It's like-
basically...
It's like it's
you
a
just
cheese
basically
dish.
sprinkle cheese and then bake it like a casserole.
Oh, it's just top stuff topped with cheese, breadcrumbs, and a bit of butter. Okay,
Yeah,
and heat it.
basically.
Shannon, is that enough for you? If it is, then I guess we men are animals with really bad fuel efficiency.
I didn't mean to imply that.
On Shannon's tray, there was only tea and salad. Maybe the very idea that she could get away with at least one more dish indicated I was thinking with my male stomach.
What about you, George-sama? Will that be enough? I think it's better for men to eat a little bit more. You normally eat more than that for lunch, don't you?
See, this is where the problem lies. You fell in love with someone who works for your family and makes your food.
Yeah. Oh, right. You already know how much I eat from when I have lunch on the island.
Yes. So, I was wondering whether your stomach isn't feeling well today.
Shannon was showing concern that I wasn't feeling well. Apparently, I had made her worry with my stupid attempt to impress her. And in any case, it didn't seem like my stomach was going to let me keep up this pretense any longer.
But the fried chicken,
I'll confess already.
steak.
I was just trying to look cool. Steak, fried chicken, salmon, pork, like a mountain of
more
meat.
steak.
Ribs, just to like keep things varied in the cow.
Yeah. How, like, fried pork in the form of tonkatsu.
Mm-hmm.
Potato salad. No, not potato salad.
Ew.
No,
How
that's too
white
much
are
mayonnaise
you
in
to
that.
like potato salad?
Potato salad made the way you are probably used to it is white. The way I'm used to it is distinctly Hawaiian, which is less mayonnaise, more flavor.
I fucking hope so, because last time I saw and tried potato salad, it was 90% mayonnaise, 10% like the hint of a potato's dream as it died.
Make good potato salad, you need paprika, spices you enjoy on like potatoes regularly,
Yeah.
and then like the tiniest like little bit of mayonnaise to make sure it like holds together.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you want to, like the white of a hard-boiled egg.
Yeah, yeah. Especially for the texture and the extra protein.
Yeah, a lot of the like cloying,
Maybe
cloying,
it's
I
a
think.
binding agent. For
Yeah,
the
binding
potato
agent, that's
salad,
the
it's
word.
not.
Yeah,
Mm.
we use mustard.
Oh yeah, mustard would work too.
I don't know, like the ones we've had down here in the south are, well, it's the south, so it's exceptionally white. It's
Yeah.
not that great. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll confess
Nah,
already.
my biggest complaint is mac salad made by white people, because there's just only mayonnaise in that.
Yeah. That's fair, that's fair.
I'll confess already. I was just trying to look cool. I just held back because I was with a girl.
I thought so. Considering how much you eat during lunch at the family conferences, I thought that this wasn't nearly enough. Please, don't be so reserved, and feel free to go and choose another dish.
Keep the salad. It's gonna be good. You need some roughage to help with the amount of meat you're about to grab.
Well, he already has the salad, didn't he?
Yeah, he already had
Yeah,
the
you already
salad.
had the salad. So keep the salad. Go get yourself some meat, my friend.
Mhm.
Also, don't have the coffee. It's gonna be the worst coffee you've ever had.
This isn't fair. All the embarrassment is on me. What about you then, Shannon? Do you always manage your work from the Ushiramiya family while eating so little?
Oh,
Shannon grew silent and blushed bright red. I apparently wasn't the only one putting on a front. When I realized that, my embarrassment disappeared completely. That isn't enough for you either, isn't it? Yes, normally you eat more than this for lunch.
A woman's stomach is made of magic, so this is enough. Oh,
Beg to fucking differ. My sister can eat just as much as I can.
It's magic, don't you know?
I'm a full-grown man.
That's why it's magical. This must mean that we were both trying to impress each other. Let's not hold back anymore, shall we? I smiled to show that I wouldn't make fun of her anymore and stood up from the seat. We've come all the way to Okinawa. Yes, it is Okinawa. Okay.
We were right.
Yeah! Thank you, Google. It would be a waste if we didn't eat some bitter melon. I'll go get some fried bitter melon or something. Come with me, Shannon. Come on. Come on.
I'm gonna be real with you. I understand why people might like bitter melon. I personally don't like the fact that it's called bitter melon, because I don't like bitter food.
I have
I've
not
never
tried bitter
tried
melon,
bitter.
so...
Yeah.
Mhm.
Neither have I.
Bitter and bland are the worst. Like, that's...
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
If it's
How-
bitter with the intent of, like, enhancing a dish, I don't mind because it will enhance the dish. But if it's just bitter alone, no.
Yeah,
Caveat to
something
that,
clicks-
but you like grapefruit.
I just have literally 2 words, and then we'll just
Yeah.
continue on our tangent.
Yeah.
Yes.
To anyone watching us, we might have been seemed like a pretty humorous and, above all, embarrassing couple. But it's only after becoming a couple that you realize. This banter means the world to us and is our world. So, no matter how cold the looks we might have been getting from other people, we wouldn't even notice. Indeed, at this age, I finally understand the feelings of couples who want to endlessly flirt without any regard to their surroundings.
The ripe old age of 21.
Yes.
Alright, he is 21.
Is he?
I think.
What does his character profile look now?
Yeah.
Is he still wearing the gross green suit?
Probably. No! No! He's got a new
Oh,
one!
no. Yo!
Oh! Nice!
Look, his casual outfit is so much better.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Well, this is his date outfit, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, simple and cute outfit.
Mm-hmm. He was born in 1963, so... Yeah, he's like 21, 22-ish, maybe? Quick math.
He also straight up said that in the first episode.
That too! That too! That was something we didn't really talk about, and it didn't show up in the character profile, so...
Shannon, Jessica, and Battler are all 18.
Yeah. Maria's... 9.
9, yes.
Cannon's 16, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And the others are just old.
Yeah. In their
just-
40s. Or
they're
in,
just fucking old.
Hideyoshi's case, 50s.
After I returned with the plate piled up with fried food, Shannon arrived with a lovely cake. Ooh. While laughing at our fake stoicism, we resumed lunch. It's a shame that it's so cloudy, considering this restaurant has such a nice view of the sea. Our window seats, which we were lucky to get, showed us a seaside scenery so grandiose that it didn't even fit with the entirety of our field of vision. However, because of the cloudy sky, it was a far cry from its normal beauty. Why would you take a girl who lives on an island to go out to see a view of the sea?
Well, you're going to an aquarium. Most aquariums are near the ocean.
Yeah.
If there's an ocean where you live.
I was about to say,
Not
like,
yet.
it feels a bit... It might just be my experience because I've always lived in landlocked areas.
Yeah.
All of the aquariums in Oregon are on the coast.
Wild.
The zoo is in the valley.
Yeah, because now I think of it, my town is pretty landlocked, and I'm pretty sure we don't have any aquariums. We only have the zoo.
Anyway.
Right. Yes, it is. If it had been clear, we would have seen quite the deep blue sea.
Yes. I imagine you're used to seeing the sea on Rokkenjima, but the sea here would have surely been an exceptional blue. It's a real shame.
But no matter how blue it is, the sea I see during work might as well be a gray. But today I'm not working, so I mean,
What
Apparently-
a roundabout way to say you hate your job.
Well, I mean, she is one of the people who calls herself furniture, so kind of not a great
Yeah.
mental space to be in the first place.
yeah.
Apparently, Shannon was doing her best to say an embarrassing line, but I grade harshly. Fuck. So close. If only you'd said, "When I look at you, even the grayest seas look deep blue," I'd have given you full marks and a reward.
I'm sorry.
Want to hear what the reward would have been?
Something we can't do in public. We'll be kicked out.
If you
What is
wouldn't
the age
mind-
rating of this visual novel full of these dead bodies and murders?
No, it's probably 18 plus or 17 plus. There's no nudity, so. But I wouldn't recommend children watch this.
Oh, hell no.
Hold on. Umineko When They Cry is rated. I don't think that's an age. I don't think there was an age block when I loaded in. So, huh? Well then. Okay.
Well, good kids don't look at murder mystery novels just yet.
Danganronpa.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
were
that's fair.
immediately proved wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to
It was the
think.
same thought. It was the same thought. Danganronpa.
Bum, 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 ba, da, bum, ba, da, ba, bum, bum, ba, da, 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 ba, da, da. All right, do you read the line?
Yeah, I think I already did. You guys were still talking.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I shan't.
No, I won't tell you.
That's not fair.
When I was in elementary school, I was always the kid that got bullied.
That doesn't surprise me.
I wonder why. Hell, I was the kid that got bullied in college, and in elementary school, and like onward, and I would still probably bully George.
I was bullied up until I became bigger than fucking everyone.
I was bullied till my sister started to actively like ride horses and deal with them as like her job as like a teen, and then she could fight people because she had to fight horses to keep them into line. And then like whenever anyone started shit, she would come and end it.
Okay, but I can only imagine that being embarrassing. It's like, you shouldn't do that. I'm gonna get my sister. Oh, your sister? And then, like, the embarrassing end of them getting the shit kicked out of them by
Yeah,
your
especially
sister.
because she's shorter than me, and okay, the best way I could describe it is like the psychic damage I got taken when this was said to me before by Nick when he met my sister, Red Muffler Man.
Huh?
We were like at a con that he used to help run and stuff. Like we were going out for dinner together and stuff, blah blah, as a group. I walk in with my sister, blah blah. I was like, "Oh, I see. You're echo fighters of each other." No chill, no hesitation, straight to our face. You're like, how do you recover from that?
You don't.
No, I still remember it to this day, and that was 5 years ago. Like, that's psychic damage I just can't unlearn on here. Like, he's a cool guy.
He's the meta pick.
God damn it, Malix. I know she's the meta pick. I know the minute, like, she gets desperate enough for money, she starts streaming, she's gonna be a million times more popular than me. I already know. You don't need to say it.
See, that's when you start inviting your sister to do this.
Yeah.
Maybe, but, like, she's usually busy, like, caring for the horses until, like, it's dark 30 and shit and stuff. Or, like, working her, like, 3 jobs she needs. Not because she's a workaholic, but because she needs to be able to afford to care for, like, her zoo of animals she keeps. It's like...
I was
3
gonna say it runs in the
horses.
family.
Yeah, 3 horses, a dog, 2 cats, several hamsters that have died and gone and died, an axolotl.
Oh yeah, no, the
I
axolotl.
feel like
Fish.
owning a hamster is just like getting you ready for them to die. Because they want to die.
Fish, and she just also got a bearded dragon. Like, literally last month, and I had to help her move the tank.
That bearded dragon. I think it's getting ready to die. We've had it since my sister was in 2nd grade. Now she's a junior.
Yeah, no, that thing's on its last legs, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's, like, runs in the family completely, but we do work ourselves to the bone for whatever we need. Because, and, like, she can do, like, art commissions if she's that desperate for money. She has done, like, furry commissions when she was desperate for money, but... Hey, it was, like, $800 and bought her a new saddle she needed, so...
Yeah.
Jesus.
The suspiciously wealthy furries are always, like, an option for like, income if you bother to learn the trade.
They're not suspiciously wealthy. They all work in tech.
Suspiciously wealthy. Because I don't
Every
trust half the
single
people.
one of them work in tech.
I don't trust most people in tech, so I'm gonna call them suspiciously wealthy as a result. Because that could mean anything from, oh, you know, they helped design, like, the new UI and everything for Xbox, or, yes, hello, I am the one who just sold advertisers everything about your personal life.
Or they work for NASA.
That too.
There's a shocking amount of furries that work for NASA.
Okay. We are getting close to an ad break and I'm running out of my, like, snoozes so we can keep talking, so I am going to let it run with our new be right back screen once if I made sure I set this up right. So, I'm gonna let that run. Well, we let the ads run, I can get more tea, and then we can get back to this and hopefully finish the chapter before the end of the end of the night.
I don't think I'm gonna have a single line in it, so...
No. No.
I don't even need to be here.
See, this is why we've got to, like, work faster if you want to get to places that have lines for you.
I'm aware.
Anyway.
We still have 3 hours. We still have, like, 2 hours before, like, we had our normal.
Anyway, we'll be back soon. Let me make sure I set this up right. I am popping us back in so I can quickly fix the be right back screen. Where is studio mode? Yeah. I need remove that. I need it was application capture. There we go. Anyway. Now the ads are starting. Bye!
I hate.
There we go. That's the right one. I accidentally hit the like setup for the just chatting thing, but welcome back. Yes, Malix. This is a new screen. This whole overlay is new. I got it Sunday from Shadow Sugar Streamfly, sorry, on Etsy, who I commissioned a month ago to get it. It's a whole like overlay schedule alerts. Transition isn't from her, but I thought I found it and like got attached to it before I saw the one like they made for me, so yeah. Anyway, what was it you were going through? What was the line you were like sad you were missed out on from the
I'm not up to date with the suicide meta.
I don't remember what the context was for watching that one, for saying that one. That was what that was the January 18th. What? Oh god, where?
I can tell you the two that I did that I definitely said. One of them has my name, and the other one was technically speaking, mailmen aren't civilians.
I keep forgetting that technically, like, but if it was the, okay, so it was the 18th, so that would have been. No, that wouldn't have been a Scooby-Doo night. When was that? When did we say the like suicide meta line? I'm so confused.
It's a good question, and I probably wasn't there for it. That was.
I was
more
definitely
than
to call
likely at
TiVo
work.
for that, because that's the sort of shit we would come up with.
Yeah.
Could be worse. You could be French.
Yeah. Bonjour. Anyway, back on the visual novel.
Right.
When everyone teased me, I grew nervous and speechless, much to the delight of the bullies. Back then, I wondered why everyone teased me. But now, teasing Shannon like this, I understand. I understand your game now.
I don't remember saying I wouldn't fuck a 12-year-old, but I'd fuck a vampire. I don't know the context to that.
What? Hold on, what?
I don't remember the context to that.
I desperately need to find context for that, because that sounds so fucking weird.
And the fact that we're saying this on live stream. I was about to say live TV, but then realized.
We don't have that budget.
Yeah, no. We're not that influential.
It's this entire movie Freddy gets cucked.
I was just saying. Man, we had a great time with this fucking.
Oh yeah, no, the Scooby-Doo movie watch parties were fantastic.
I
Does he just have someone follow him around so whenever he does something, music plays?
No, that's just the power of Mexicans. Okay, I remember the context of that one specifically, but
Well, yeah, because there's 2 Scooby-Doo movies based in Mexico.
it wasn't even
And
that
the
one.
one that was.
That's the wrestling one. Because they have this one, like, wrestler from the Scooby-Doo meets John Cena thing, whatever, WrestleMania, where he's Mexican and speaks an interpretive dance where music starts playing whenever he's on screen.
All right. What was it? El Torador, Matador? What was it again?
Something like that. I do not remember. I just remember his existence explicitly.
All right. Something that I think could be me, but it could definitely be someone else. I like food, but not in the sex way.
Was that you? Or
It might have been me.
I swear, if John Cena comes running down this road and pulls this shit out of the ditch with his bare hands, then he fucking does.
You know what? Our Mexicans might have been out.
That's either Malix or TiVo.
Yeah.
It now has me questioning about the quote of Tivo saying, "Is this what the weed sounds like when they're strapped to an electric chair?"
I want to know.
You know, my greatest one, I've had a couple of good ones, but my greatest one probably is, it could be worse. You could be French.
That's what I knew you would fit in perfectly with everyone here. Because that's the kind of joke we would fucking make.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not even like anything wrong with French people. It's just fun to make fun of them. I was gonna say it's the same reason I make fun of British people, but no, there is something wrong with British people.
Their teeth?
They're British. Malix doesn't count.
Malix is Scottish.
Yeah, exactly. Malix doesn't count. He's Scottish. When I say British people, I'm specifically referring to people from England. I consider Scotland a
it's
different.
looking like a whole lot of jail time.
I was gonna point out that one.
I'm going to need to message everyone and see what would be a good time to watch this new Scooby-Doo one then.
Anyways,
yeah.
Visual novel.
As I'm trying to say, anyways, let's get back to the visual novel if you would let me fucking finish.
He was gonna make a crack about it.
I tried to say let's get back to it in the first place, and then we got into saying the lines that killed me again. I can play with her emotions however I please. I can have them all to myself. Right now, I can't think of any higher pleasure. That's slightly of a fucked up way to say it and phrase it. I get what you're trying to say, George. That's slightly fucked up.
Don't say it
Like-
like that.
Yeah, honestly, just my dude, just say you're teasing her. Like, honestly.
Which is exactly why I have to treat her lightly. I don't want her to get embarrassed and have a bad time. So I decided to end the topic there and then. It's not good to be too persistent. When you finish your lunch, do you want to take a walk out on the beach? Perhaps the clouds will clear up and we'll be able to see the picturesque sea.
That's a nice idea. I'd like to do that.
Okay, then that's what we'll do. But that looks like a really delicious cake. I wonder if I should get one like that too.
You mustn't. If you eat cake after already eating so much, you will get fat. Hideyoshi-sama's blood seems to run pretty thick in you, George-sama. So if you don't take care, you will get chubby.
Man, that's so fucked up to say, but like actually legitimately true.
Yo, dad's fat and it's gonna, like, if you eat like shit, you're gonna look like him.
Sometimes it's just a glandular problem, and you have to like be really on top of it. Other times, your dad just eats like shit and owns a fast food chain.
Man, I wouldn't know what it's like because I've, like, always had weird metabolism where I have to desperately struggle to be over 150.
My metabolism stopped being as good when I turned 18.
Like, it's not as good as it used to where I could down, like, an entire, like, American, like, family restaurants, like, entree meal and still have room for dessert. Like, completely down to, like, clicking the plate clean. But...
Your family got dessert at restaurants?
No! That was an expression. The only dessert we ever get is, like, the free birthday shit they give out was, like, here's a free cake! Happy birthday! Da-da-da-da-da! For, like, the 2 years, we couldn't sing the actual happy birthday song because copyright was being weird. Da-da-da-da.
That's a legitimate question I have for people. Who gets the fucking dessert at a restaurant? Unless you're going there for dessert, which why would you do that at a regular restaurant? Do you actually get the dessert at a restaurant?
No.
Hmm.
No, because you're just going there for the meal and then you leave. It's just more money.
Hmm.
So,
Anyways.
Yeah.
so, Shannon, would you stop liking me if I got fat? I wouldn't stop liking you if you did.
I didn't mean it that way. I meant if you don't take good care of your body, your health will... Oh...
Mother warns me all the time, too. Maybe I also need to take up Tai Chi Chuan or something to get exercise.
If you want to lose weight, it's best to start by reconsidering your eating habits instead of doing intense exercise. The exercise has to come on top of that, or you won't get any results, I hear.
So that's actually true. About
Cal-
90% of the reason why you get big, why you get fat, is because of caloric intake.
Yeah,
And
like,
what you're eating.
yeah, because, what was it? I think it was a health teacher at my college basically just said, I could eat nothing but these fucking Twinkies just for my calories and lose more weight than all of you eating your, like, diets and exercise. And he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
Because
fucking owned
the caloric intake of Twinkies gets burned off real fast. It's just like, it's also terrible for your health.
Yeah.
Because you're just eating Twinkies.
Mm-hmm.
You have to balance the fact that your caloric intake on top of like what you're eating and then exercise. You can eat really well and still gain weight. And then like exercising, while you may not get fat, you will still gain weight because of muscle, depending on what you're doing.
Mhm.
My grandmother's a nutritionist and my dad wanted to be one, so
Ah, neat.
yeah.
In other words, you're telling me not to eat the cake, right? Then, I guess I'll have to just gaze at you while you stuff your cheeks with that cake, Shannon.
Maybe one whole cake is too much. But maybe just half of one would be alright.
Oh yeah, Shannon and her cake. There's probably fan art about that too, damn it.
I refuse to look up fan art for this game.
I can't look up fan art because I'm scared of spoilers. Like, I have to be so fucking meticulous when I'm, like, finding sprites for it to do,
I
like,
just have 4 words to finish the line, please.
Yeah.
Here.
Go ahead.
It's really delicious.
Yeah, I'd be very meticulous looking up sprites to make, like, the Beatrice doohickey, like, edit.
Yeah.
Oh no, she pulled out the doohickey.
Oh no, don't Shinzo Abe me, Beatrice. Bertha. Shannon cut her own cake and tried to move half to my salad plate. I had no doubt she wanted to share the flavor of the delicious cake with me.
Well, I can think of one way.
Even so, I deliberately and meanly pulled my plate away from her. She blinked her eyes in surprise. She couldn't seem to figure out if that was a refusal of the cake or not. So I winked, opened my mouth, and said, my guy, that's half a cake!
I would have punched him in the head. I'm gonna be real with you. I would have walked up behind him and just punched him in the back of the head.
This is what you wanted from the beginning, isn't it? Gosh, you're such a pampered child, George-sama.
Why did it zoom in?
Yeah, no, why?
She's getting close to feed him.
You could just had a CG of her feeding him, and that would have been way better. But no, it just zooms in.
Who knows where their CG budget went for this game, because we only got
murder. It went to
last
murder.
time. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say,
While still wearing an embarrassed, exasperated face, Shannon offered the cake to me with a fork. Oh. It tasted like a cheap chocolate cake you could find anywhere. Still, it was exceptional.
Well, yeah,
because eating
it's cheap
cake
and you can find it anywhere.
Because eating cake in such an embarrassing way, as if we were the ultimate stereotypical lovey-dovey couple, had been my dream for many years.
Fucking normie.
Yeah. It made this cake's flavor heavenly. To be fair, being normal in that family he's in is impressive.
I say that. I would actually enjoy that a lot. It's very cute.
Mm-hmm. If the Earth is destined to end someday, I wouldn't have any regrets if it had happened right then. It was such a moment of bliss.
I would have regrets if the world ended in 1986. Well, no, I wouldn't.
No, you
I wouldn't have been born yet.
After that, we gathered shells, ran from waves, and enjoyed each other's company while walking along the beach. In the end, the clouds never parted. However, we both believed that our eyes were still reflecting a deep blue sea.
Somehow, I'm so happy. It makes me scared.
You do say that from time to time. What is it you're afraid of?
I'm a servant of the Ushiro Miya family. For someone like me to be here together with a member of the Ushiro Miya family, it just seems like too much for me.
I'm also surprised. I didn't just meet you today or yesterday, Shannon-chan. We've known each other for years now. But we could only ever exchange greetings during family meetups barely a few times a year. I never imagined we'd become close enough that I could spend time with you like this. It's the same for you, too, right?
Oh my god, I just realized why I hated George's fucking suit. His eyes are green.
Oh,
wait,
so
they
his
are?
suit matched his eyes. Oh.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
His eyes are.
His eyes are closed in that sprite, though.
Yeah.
In that sprite, maybe, but like they're gray in the other one, so.
I did imagine. No, or rather than imagination. It was more like I was fantasizing. You're always so considerate and gentlemanly, so I wondered if we were in a relationship. I just had fantasies of what it would be like.
I can't tell if they're supposed to just be gray and because of the colors surrounding it, it looks it more green on the scale. Or if they're like supposed to be like very faintly green. But it feels like they're just supposed to be gray. But then a relationship happened thanks to you. Blah. Choked on those words.
One more time?
No, like this relationship is only gonna happen once, and they're gonna end up dead. Well, one of them probably is.
You doing the line one more time.
No, I'm gonna ruin their relationship right now so Beatrice can't kill them.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is my witchcraft. This is why my George is gonna be lying crying in the rain like he was in the opening. Because I refuse to read this fucking line. Then, our relationship happened thanks to your believing heart. Magic dwells in the power of dreaming, so I'm sure that it was magic that brought us together.
You're right. I really think that it truly was magic.
But, you know, that's not quite right. Every time we met, I saw you as more and more beautiful, and you grew to occupy a large space in my heart. If the same thing happened to you, then the fact that we were here today is just simply an inevitable consequence, rather than something caused by magic or a miracle.
No, a miracle did happen, George-sama.
She stopped at the water's edge and gazed beyond the sea. A miracle?
No magic. It happened.
I was bewildered by that slightly mysterious expression which I sometimes heard her used. Magic, you say?
Yes, magic. You probably won't believe me even if I say it, so I won't. But that magic definitely had the power to grant the miracle which brought you and me together.
You mean like a lucky chant made your wish come true?
Perhaps. Maybe it was something like that. Except that it wasn't pretend. It was really... It really was real magic.
You heard it here first. Shannon says magic is real. Case closed. Beatrice wins.
Do you think Battler's juicing right now?
Yes. 100%.
He's just at the gym fucking screaming.
he's got that like a picture of Beatrice he's staring at and glaring angrily.
He's doing squats.
And he suddenly has the urge to kick Shannon's ass.
Perhaps Shannon isn't alone in wanting to credit an encounter on a miracle. Or on chance. It might just be a universal thing that all girls share that feels generalizing and stereotypical. For a man like me, an encounter with a girl is 70% effort to try to please her, and 20% raw courage, and only 10% chance. What she believes to be everything carries little relative weight within me. Maybe that way of thinking is itself calculating and typical of men. Also very generalizing, George. Damn, you don't think highly of yourself. But were I to express that in words, any kind of magic would be broken. I do think that to become this close has taken many fortunes, concessions, and great efforts from us both. We have this private time together now, only as a result of all of those things put together. And if she wants to call that magic, that isn't strange in the slightest. That's why I answered her the way I did. Yes. If the same fate were to be repeated 100 times, you and I might have gotten into a relationship like this only once.
And a bunch of those times you get your head fucking crushed.
No.
That gets terrifying. Half of it's lying over there, half of it's over there. You should see what they did to the dumbwaiter. Our distant and formal connection could have continued right up until now, even as we both remain conscious of each other. From the perspective of those otherworldly selves, we are undoubtedly in a miraculous relationship.
It's not like that. It really is magic. Perhaps this is something that men will never believe, no matter how often you tell them. Anon-kun didn't believe me at all, either.
I believe you. Because I wouldn't want to break the magic by not believing it.
George-sama.
Battler suddenly feels very annoyed.
In a small voice, I apologize for making light of her magic. Give me a random fact about a weird game at the furthest back of your mind that you can go.
Alright, so there was this show on Disney. I don't remember what it was called, but it was about animals. Back in, I want to say, 2004, I had this computer game. It was just a learning game. And the one thing I can remember from it is the octopus, spelling game. I don't remember the name of the show. I don't remember the name of the game. All I know is that I would put it into the DVD drive, or the CD-ROM rather, and I would play it for hours, which very much led to me playing video games for hours now. My childhood very much informed the type of person I am.
See, you're going with that. The random weird game at the back of my mind that I still can remember stuff about was there used to be this variety pack of shovelware tie-in games for a bunch of Nick cartoons and shit that were going around, blah blah blah. The ones. I always had the PC ones that we played because they were somehow weak enough to be able to play on our pre-built Dell our parents used for work and shit. The one I always distinctly remember having the most trouble with was the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, which was a point-and-click adventure that went to the weirdest places that had no connection to the film in the slightest whatsoever. Another dozen places. I think there was a retirement home you had to stop by and steal shit from. But the one thing I always remember is at the very end, the final thing is in the SpongeBob movies, I'm a goofy goober, rock, da da da. They turned that into a Guitar Hero game, but it was only you couldn't use any of the keys or whatever to use that. You have to use your mouse to click all the strings and the notes happening all at once, and if you missed it, you've 3 times you fucking lost.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
It was the fucking worst, and I could not do it for an entire year.
Oof.
And now I want to find that game again and just play it to see if I'm remembering wrong. But
I can't really think of anything in particular since
I also had the Fantastic Four plug and play. That game was not fun. It was impossible for a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only really got into gaming in my teens, so.
That's fair. Those words seem to make Shannon a lot happier. After all, if a pair of people believes in the magic of love, it becomes eternal. What's with that Disney-ass line you got there, George? This isn't even the Disney Renaissance. They're kind of in a shit place at this point in time. Come on.
1986, The Little Mermaid's about to come out, or has come out.
My guy, 86 wasn't great for Disney. That was the last time they showed Song of the South. I say as I'm desperately pulling up this to find out what actually came out in 86. Limited release of Flight of the Navigator, The Great Mouse Detective, a reissue of Sleeping Beauty, Lady and the Tramp,
Alright,
Song of the South.
Little Mermaid came out in 89.
Yeah.
I'm 3 years off, but still, like, one of the best princess movies, according to my mom, of all time came out.
Yeah,
in
but
the
that's
80s.
like, that is exactly like when the whole like Disney Renaissance started again. They were not in the best of places in the 80s. I watched way too much Defunctland and like Yesterworld and like theme park history to not remember like this bit of time was kind of shitty for Disney.
Didn't The Lion King also come out in the 80s?
Lion
Like
King was
the
90s.
original one. Oh, that was 90s? Okay. I was confused because it might have been like an early 90s, late 80s thing.
My guy, Disney Renaissance began with Little Mermaid.
Oh.
That was from 89 to 99, according to Wikipedia.
And then the greatest movie of all time came out in the early 2000s. Emperor's New Groove.
Ah, yes.
Okay, TKJ, I don't want to be rude. So, the Spider-Man plug and play you sent a picture of.
Is it the one where it's his cock?
It's his cock. That is absolutely his fucking cock.
Oh,
I knew
gross.
exactly what he was talking about when he said the Spider-Man plug and play.
See, it was that one or the one where he's just pointing at your dick with his web shooters, ready to just like fire on when you're ready to go. See, I just had the one that was like SpongeBob's face as a plug and play as a kid.
I think I also had that one.
Mm-hmm. Because that's like 6 toys in one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I have a request if you'd be willing to indulge me.
Yes. What is it?
You know how you call me George Summer? It's not that I dislike it, but would you not call me that anymore? Of course, you have to keep up your appearance with the Ushromiya family, so I won't force you to do this during your everyday routine at Rokkenjima, of course, but, when we're alone, I'd rather you didn't call me that. Yeah, let's create that rule.
Oh, this is before the events. Oh no.
Oh.
They're alive and dating, and you didn't realize this was like before everyone got fucking murdered.
Well, I figured like maybe it happened after the family conference and nobody died that time. But no, this is before the murders.
A rule?
Forgive me, if it happened before the family, after the family conference, they'd be married or fiancés. Remember, that's kind of the whole big thing that happened there.
Do your fucking push-up.
Yep. Okay, go on, Velvet.
Yep.
Oh god, I'll do it. I'll do it while I'm doing the setup.
A rule? What would happen if I broke it?
What? Okay, I do need to work on actually like core muscles then, because I'd actually struggle to do that sit up compared to the push-ups.
Oof.
I just have a lot in the way when it comes to sit-ups and no help.
Good point. Maybe rule violations do need to have some kind of penalty attached. What should it be? Wanna hear?
No, I don't want to hear.
I'll have to think about what it should be then.
Yes, George.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful, doesn't it? I'm so happy, Shannon.
I have the name Sayu as well.
Right. Rules must be fair. I'll abide by that too, and from now on, I'll call you Sayo. Alright? Sayo?
Yeah, yes.
I put my arm around her shoulder and held her close. Her delicate body was pulled irresistibly towards me, and she leapt into my chest like a doll. As I held her head in my arms, and we looked out on the horizon together. What a deep blue sea. I'm so happy we were able to see it together.
Me too. It makes me very happy that I could look at such a deep blue sea with you.
As we gazed at the gray sea and a light rain began to sprinkle down, we kept listening to each other's heartbeats. Oh, that's what the CG money went to. Waves!
Mm.
The sounds of waves soaked into my ears.
You called?
No. This was the sound of raging waves. You gotta say it a bit more angrily.
You called?
My body...
It would work better if my name was still Soundwave.
Hey, you called?
You called? What are you buying? What are you selling?
Seek lest. My body, bathed in painfully cold splashes, did not allow me to forget. The memory of the day when my old fate was broken and smashed. In the past, tomorrow had been literally like a mirror to me. All I could see in it was the same me that existed today. My tomorrow would never be any different from my today. That was my old fate. But at that moment, for the first time, I saw a different fate beyond the mirror. The witch whispered. She tempted me to take a bite out of the fruit of knowledge. She tormented me, saying that as long as I stayed in the paradise of God, I would remain furniture.
Oh, this is... Oh.
And so I
face.
learned of love, and I decided to choose to become a person. Those days were like sweetly melting honey. But then I hadn't realized that they were the beginning of days filled with a new kind of suffering. Taking a motorboat that I had just been told about, I made my way out to this islet. No, I couldn't possibly call it an islet. It'd be more appropriate to call it a reef. It had a torii and a small shrine for the local deity. It was probably built to worship the guardian deity of Rokkenjima. Even though I didn't know the exact meaning, I understood that it had a holy significance. Despite being in a place like this, I took just one more look around to see if there was anyone observing me. The only things I could see were the stormy ocean, Nijima looming in the distance. Oh, so Nijima's in eyesight of, like, Rokkenjima, if only, like, barely.
Okay.
Okay, that helps, like, put it in scale. And the waves breaking against Rokkenjima's steep cliffside.
Steve?
Steep. Yes, steep. I readied myself, timidly approached the small shrine, and took up the mirror that had been placed there. It was an old-looking mirror, dim and dirty. If it were an ordinary mirror, that would have probably given you a terribly bad impression of its value. However, since the mirror had been offered to this small shrine, that quality made me feel some kind of divinity about it. And I realized this was not merely a mirror. Even if it was nothing more than an old-looking mirror to a non-believer like myself, in actuality, it was a mirror that had an important meaning. Is it really alright to break it after being captivated by honeyed words? No. This is no mirror. It is the inescapable life I lived until today. My fate. Break it. Break it and seize a life from beyond the mirror. If I don't break it, my life will forever be a pair of facing mirrors. Nothing will ever change in the slightest. The witch whispers. She tempts me to take a bite out of the fruit of knowledge. Or maybe I have already had a taste of that fruit. Because I ended up knowing those maddening emotions. Just as Adam and Eve felt compelled to pick the fig leaf, I can no longer go without breaking this mirror. I fought with conflict for many days. Inside my heart, the virtuous part of me and the part that sided with the witch repeatedly fought with each other. And now, here I am.
Rock you like a hurricane.
Did this part of me who is here win or lose? There's only one thing I know for real. There will be blood shed. The man in the mirror nods his head, the only one. Shed.
I am the storm that is approaching.
To obtain something, you must be ready to lose something. The cowards who don't risk loss and never try to change anything will never be given the key to open the path to a new future.
Man, Shannon's inner monologue is metal as hell.
Exceptionally fucking metal. The key is already in my hands. It is to break this. To break it. Is there any other effort I can make as furniture imprisoned on Rokkenjima? No. There's nothing but this. Come. Have courage. I'll free myself from being mere furniture, and I'll accept my new sufferings and become human. There are surely small and large trials I must impose on myself. Now, break it. Break the eternal, unchangeable fate that imprisons me into pieces. I raised it high, thought back on all those days of conflict, and after a time far too brief to do them justice, I finished my reflections, and threw it. Thunder roared, crying out against me for my outrageous act. The thunder roared, crying out against me for my outrageous act. It was truly the wrath of the angels. Preparing the battle.
Man, I was going ooh, you went straight up Mad Hatter.
The thunder roared, crying out against me for my outrageous act. It was truly the wrath of the angels, preparing to banish me from eternal paradise. I looked down on the mirror tumbling at my feet, broken in 2 equal parts. Having made sure I had accomplished my task, I looked up at the enraged sky and screamed.
I kept the promise. Now, it's your turn to keep your promise with me, right?
The thunder roared once more. I had already been banished from paradise, so I would have to struggle by myself in order to live. The witch had said it.
Can't believe she lost paradise.
Damn. Tragic. And we didn't even get sexy muscle Satan from it. We only got witch girl from it. The witch had said it.
Honestly, a trade-off I'm willing to take.
I was waiting to see if you would just say would.
I would.
Don't believe a single word she says, but you would.
I would.
The witch had said it. That's the single element of the world. To lose means to lose the world. Like how a flask with holes in the bottom can't be filled, no matter how much water you scoop into it.
I kept the promise. Now it's your turn to keep your promise. Please, grant my wish. Beatrice-sama!
Sama!
The opening.
The opening. We've done chapter 1. Welcome to Umineko no Naku Koroni, episode 2, Turn of the Golden Witch. Ah, that took only 2 hours.
I mean, considering our tangents.
Yeah, no, I can see just from this we're gonna be on the longer end of time to complete for this game.
Yeah, well, it's not like we're trying to speedrun it anyways.
Nope.
Oh, some of the CGs from last time are in this.
Yes.
Such as Maria creepily facing a wall.
Yeah, so
In a room
everything
full
we're
of
seeing
dead
here are
people.
probably events that happen in the future.
Yeah.
Yep.
Son, they'll have made
Oh
and
my
released
God,
another
Kraus is back.
Scooby-Doo movie before y'all are done.
Kraus is back.
Oh, some of those are
You
new,
just-
I think.
Yeah.
Either we haven't been paying attention, or it's like there was some new CGs in there.
Yeah.
Also, no, but you just realized that Kraus is back.
Kraus is back. I get to do my favorite voice.
I mean,
I'm back, baby.
you really
About
like Kraus.
that,
Son of a bitch.
my mind wandered back to the days when I could barely imagine the happiness I have today. I was a middle schooler at the time, an ordinary girl who dreamed about love, as is normal at that age. But I really should not have dreamed that dream, because I am furniture. Furniture is nothing more than a tool, and not human. For a person less than human such as myself, just receiving my education was more than sufficient happiness. So even thinking about the love was more than I deserved. The Ushiromiya Family Conference was a customary event held every October, but relatives would occasionally visit at other times as well. Of course, they didn't come to just drink tea. On this day, Ava's family had visited the head of family on Rokkenjima. The 3 people from Kraus's family and the 3 people from Ava's family had gathered in the parlor, and were having a friendly chat as they updated everyone on their situations. Genji had supposedly told Kinzo of Ava's family's arrival, but he hadn't come down yet. He was probably immersed in his own research and couldn't spare the time. This often happened, so the others waited patiently for their fickle father to come down. As I was saying, on that topic, you get the first line.
Oh, that does sound promising. Study a lot of your father's and do your best to become able to help him soon. Wow, I sound much nicer than I used to.
Thank you very much. If you wouldn't congratulate yourself so much, that'd be better. But the mentors that Fathers has introduced me to are providing me a truly valuable study. Everything I learned is something I can't have learned at school. It's not math or language you learn in school. What you learn is the attitude to where the fuck did this accent change? That changed from what it was before. Wow.
Yeah.
It's not language or math you learn at school. What you learn is to study and the attitude to have towards studying. Once you form that basis, you can finally start a long period of study that lasts your entire life. People who don't get this will spend their lives built rocks for brains and totally unable to absorb knowledge. They might get full marks in math and language, but they'd be totally useless for their company.
That That is exactly right. Hideyoshi-san, your education policy is always truly excellent.
Did you miss George? Yes, you just missed George's date by like 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Sorry, buddy.
We spent 2 hours on it too.
We spent 2 hours on the date. I'm sorry. I tried to wait for you, Leonix, but it just didn't work out. Fuck, I want to make fun of his outfit.
What, his exceptionally good outfit compared to his bullshit suit that he's wearing
Oh
now?
no, he's got the suit again.
No.
You're not a former yet, George. Always keep that in mind and embrace your studies. No.
Oh, stop that, honey. George is always doing his best, aren't you? Truly excellent. I wish our Jessica would learn from him.
No, we did not see his outfit in the OG sprites once that. I'm gonna quickly check to see how bad that sprite is.
A reminder, I can't exactly look at the stream window because of the internet situation.
What in the goddamn? Hold on.
Man, you got him to do the Benny line.
Hold on. I just gotta. What in the goddamn?
What the hell? No. What?
What the fuck is this? What did they do to my boy? What happened here?
Hurt him. What the hell?
Who hurt him? Who hurt you, George? Was this Ryukishi? I will fucking find him.
When I catch you, Ryukishi, when I catch you.
I like how because you had to switch over to opera, the music cut when we all saw this. It was very much a record scratch moment because this is terrible.
This is the fucking worst. What am I looking at?
Like, goddamn. Like, just add a headband in a backpack with scrolls sticking out and you got yourself a stereotypical otaku fit.
His shirt says Total Flash, which means nothing.
Bro just woke up and went on a fucking date like he fucking rolled out of bed, didn't bother to shower, and was about to regale Shannon with the tales of AKB48 and why his favorite girl is discreetly Googles AKB48 members.
I don't think AKB48
Eri
existed in
Chimba.
the 80s.
It didn't. That's the joke. Toho didn't exist either, and Jessica's a fucking canon fan of it.
No, Alex, One Punch Man looks worse than this, but is more like, I don't want to say well designed, but you know.
I want to say it's more heartfelt, if anything, despite the shitty art.
It knows what it's going for.
Yeah, exactly.
I switched over to the right window, right?
Yep, yeah, you
Yes.
switch back to the correct window.
Yeah, he still has the dog tags in the new sprite, which is a choice. But it looks better when it's like with the fucking suit. Like it looks a bit more like, okay,
Yeah.
I can buy that more than like, Mr. I just rolled out and I'm gonna take you on a date to all my favorite figure shops in Akiba, and we can look at the anime girl's asses.
Yeah.
Hey, you can also barely read that fucking shirt.
I had to
Yeah.
get physically closer to my TV because I do have a light thing that was weird. Why would you put light? Why would you put a light blue on that light, or that lighter green on light green?
Mm.
You know.
Are you still holding a grudge about my test scores? I said I am studying for exams. I'm doing it in my own way. You didn't have to bring it up here as well. Cram it already.
Oh, so the Ryukyushi sprites don't have feet? Okay. You know, because I know we get to see full bodies for
this one, I think.
Is he supposed to look like he's in the military or just gonna have a Punisher logo on his phone?
I knew guys like that in high school. We all knew guys like that in high school. What am I talking about?
Yeah. But was it just the style at the time? Even in Japan? When I don't think they
In the
fetishized the
80s?
military as much as America? Anyway, you always said this line, right?
Yep.
When George was praised for his diligence, the conversation would nearly always turn to Jessica, who hated studying. Fight Man, though. What about Fight Man? What do you got, Leon? Do we have to look at more sprites? Am I gonna have to pull up the wiki again and, like, blind reach my way for the fucking sprites to not be spoiled?
You just wait.
Later. Okay, I'll wait. Jessica made an openly displeased face, as though she'd known it would come back to her.
My. In addition to studying, I think you need to learn how to speak a little more ladylike, don't you? It's quite shameful for a daughter who bears the Ushiromiya family crest.
Oh, but this is charming in itself, don't you think? Times change. The times when we had to feign purity in order for a man to allow us to eat ended a long time ago.
What the fuck, Ava?
Well, don't you know? Purity culture's dead, dear husband, or dear brother, I should say.
Yeah, they're all those fucking...
Should we leave?
all those-
Do I... Ava, do you need to talk to me about something? I feel like we need to mention that. Hold up, right now. We need to stop the conversation to address that.
All those fucking liberals on X with their cancel culture. I can't. I'm gonna cut the joke off there.
It's supposed to be reference to Tomitake from Higurashi with dog tags. Okay. I'll pretend I understood that because I've still not seen or watched Higurashi yet.
Fancy words for people that matter $1 million.
Oh my god. I can't correct myself.
We like to have fun here.
Yeah.
we like to have fun.
Let me just compose myself a second. Yes, I knew you'd understand, Auntie Ava.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is just what Sprite George was wearing then. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look good on George. Like, it looks fine in Ryukishi's, like, muscle, like, mitten hand style here. But oh god, that man goes from having, like, a dad gut to, like, nothing. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, but he's got tits out to here.
Yes, I do. Yes, we do love our men with their D cups. D for dad bod. They stole his fucking belly. Can't have shit in Detroit.
Can't have shit in name of town.
Anyways.
My headache is truly tiring today.
Are you alright? Natsuhi, your face looks off color.
Thank you. I am alright. But time has really flown. It feels like just yesterday when you would run around half naked by the beach and come back soaked.
That's a weird thing for you to remember.
That's a weird way to phrase going to the beach in, like, swimsuits.
Wasn't Jessica-chan the same? And now she's a lady who fusses over how to put on makeup. You really are particular about your eyebrows. You look really cute today. Thank you very much.
Man, Ava's so much nicer when it's not about money.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Ava is, like, legitimately one of the nicest people we're seeing right now. Because, like, you can still smell, like, smarminess off Kraus. But like Ava
Well, that's
just feels
because
like
the voice I gave him.
yes, that's exactly why I'm
Well,
saying Ava's just
yeah.
nicer, even with her Ojo voice.
Yeah.
Besides, she managed to
I'm
get
being
Hideyoshi,
nice.
and Hideyoshi like is fucking exemplary of a guy.
I'm being nice. I just sound this way.
What, like your
It's
balls
not
were caught
my
in a vice
fault.
and never dropped?
I'll kill you, narrator.
Save it for whenever you end up dead next. Knowing you'll
First, it's
probably
gotta
be
be
one of
the
the
old
first
man.
people dead again, just because no one likes you.
You know what? That's fully fair. But the old man's going first. This time, I swear to God.
Okay, so is that your actual official declaration?
No.
I will make another list of like the people you think are gonna die.
This is Kraus, man. It's the same joke I've been making the entire time.
I know, but I do want to keep another like first like list of like your death guesses.
And at least this time I can participate in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wholesome family when we don't act like slave owners.
Also, I realized I didn't read the Jessica line. So,
Oh, you didn't? I thought. Okay, sorry.
no. I was doing the start, but I kept getting interrupted. But
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
it's no big deal. It's
Hydrate before
no
you
different if
dihydrate,
it was
y'all.
an
Oh
accident.
no.
Need to
Was
limit
Hydrate.
it to one.
Oh. Unfortunately, I just finished my cup, so.
I also
Oh, you
just
can
finished my water.
I didn't
there we-
read.
Yeah,
the
I
fine,
realized
yeah.
I misclicked while trying to click over to the stream thing to handle requests.
Anyways, thank you very much. Nobody noticed, so my confidence was taking a beating.
Oh, fuck. A false smile rose to Jessica's face as a result of her own studies were finally noticed. Ava smiled back just as widely. Then she turned that smile towards Natsuhi. Oh boy, here's the slave owner personality coming out.
Come on, Natsuhine-san. You must take notice of small changes in your own child. Poor Jessica-chan. She must have wanted her mother to notice first. Surely.
Don't
It's
call
fine,
me
it's fine.
Shirley.
She never notices anything like that.
Ooh. Fucking clapping back immediately.
Jessica. I do not think much of you calling your mother she. Apologize.
Yep, here's the
Later.
classism language coming back in.
Yes. Later, I will speak to you at length about your language.
Go get him, honey.
If you've had enough of the annoying little kid, just say so next time. I'm getting out of here. This room is getting stuffy. Jessica!
Jessica was still at that unpredictable age with exams right around the corner. Recently, she had clashed often with her mother, who was enthusiastic about her education.
Excuse me. Yeah?
Jessica, making to leave the parlor in a bad mood, and Shannon, pushing a serving cart loaded with tea, bumped into each other.
Shannon, don't bother with my tea. I'm just going to wander around the garden. My lady.
Milady.
Milady.
Shannon, the tea is getting cold. Serve it quickly.
It was 1 second, Natsuhi! Calm the fuck down! She's allowed to have a reaction to, okay, yes, ma'am. Or something.
Yeah. My apologies.
Shannon hadn't actually done anything wrong. See? The narration agrees with me, the narrator. Therefore, I'm correct. You're wrong, Natsuhi.
Shut the fuck up, narrator.
You shut the fuck up. You're probably gonna end up, like, dead and, like, instead of your face chopped off, someone will maybe cut out your lungs so you can't speak shit anymore. Or your tongue or throat or something. Just shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Did I strike a nerve? just like the narrator sobbing in the corner. Shannon hadn't actually done anything wrong, but Natsuhi, who felt like some shame to herself had been shown, lashed out at her emotionally.
I've already made the comic depicting me as the Chad and you as the soy Jack. This was something that happened often in the Ushiromiya family, but it seemed that Shannon wasn't strong-willed enough to accept it that way. She shrunk back and nervously prepared the black tea. She had the unfortunate habit of making some more mistakes when she felt intimidated. Her pitiful appearance dispersed the peaceful atmosphere that had been there until just a moment ago. That wasn't really Shannon's fault, but she thought she might be the source, and she felt a pressure on her chest. Her shaking fingers made the porcelain chatter, and you couldn't have called it graceful, not even as an empty compliment. The more pitiful everyone thought that was, the greater the silence grew. The more irritated Natsuhi looked, and the more Shannon cowered. Shannon's thin neck felt like it was being choked and suffocated by the god of death called tension. And then, George spoke cheerfully, as if to blow away the stiff atmosphere. That's a nice smell. What kind of tea is it?
This is...
No, don't say it. I'll guess. It's a very distinctive smell, so I probably know it. Is it Earl Grey?
I think it probably is.
Well enough, that's the tea I'm drinking right now. It probably is Earl Grey. When you get back into the kitchen, check the can.
Oh, George-kun, are you knowledgeable about black tea?
I'm currently in the service of a company president who knows a lot about black tea. After enough time listening to his expositions, I picked up a little of it. Oh, yeah, the president of Okanogi Feuds. What the fuck? Yeah. Okanogi Feuds. That's what in-depth knowledge is, his specialty. I refuse to call the company that anything else now.
You. Sorry.
Meow meow?
The cat was messing with stuff on my desk.
That's fine, because it looks like I'm getting a pop-up that an ad's about to start and I've run out of snoozes. Okay.
Well,
we can we can continue
wait
this
until
live-riveting
commercial break.
conversation about tea after the ad break then, because thank you,
Yep.
Twitch.
Yeah.
And then we can just continue back to this. How are you all feeling, by the way?
I'm doing
before I
good.
forget.
No, I'm doing perfectly fine. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I barely even noticed 2 hours had already passed. So.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm surprised
Really?
by. But I
Yeah.
also did just take a nap until we started, so I'm still good at energy.
Yeah, it is. I'm just going to refill my cup, so I'll be right back.
Then I will switch us to be right back and let the ads run. Hopefully we can get through this quickly, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye!
Oh,
A bit.
Now.
Mhm.
Okay, we are back. Hopefully the ads
Right.
weren't that bad. And now we can talk about the most important thing in the world. Tea.
Yes. Tea, of course. The
I was
names
wait-
of tea.
I was waiting to see if Tolan would pop into chat just from hearing the word tea mentioned like 3 times.
Yeah, you'd think it would summon him, but it
Yeah.
doesn't, it seems.
Dang. Anyways,
Anyways, the names of tea often refer to the place where it's made, right? So this is... so is this something cultivated from a place called Earl Grey?
No, that would be stupid.
I've heard that long ago in England, there was an Earl called Grey. It was named after him. Oh, you need to say it in front of a mirror without... Okay, hold on. Let me go grab my mirror and see how that goes. Incidentally, the distinctive smell doesn't come from the tea leaves, but from a fruit called a bergamot, which is a relative of the mandarin orange.
Is that so? I never knew that. Having that knowledge, the tea will taste even more delicious.
Which is why if you're gonna have Earl Grey and eat something with it, you should have an orange. It makes it taste really good.
Alcohol and cigarettes are the same. With luxuries, you gotta appreciate the romance. Knowledge like this deepens the taste.
It's the same with the advertising on medicine. Natsuhime-san, you should try reading the explanation on your favorite headache medicine someday.
A fine idea. Try it out tonight.
Yes. I shall.
Mucinex.
Shannon,
the coughing, sneezing, cold and flu medicine? Whatever. I gave up. I have Mucinex in my home, but I'm not going to go out and grab it because my sister's actively sick right now.
It was like Mucinex, the coughing, sneezing, aching, wheezing, like best sleep you ever had with a cold medicine or something.
That might be it.
So it was something like that. I think I messed up something in there, but I've had to listen to enough medical bullshit to like vaguely remember how it sounds.
I have a
Yeah.
bunch of generic brand stuff. Like, I have generic Sudafed.
Mm.
And, like, the heavy-duty Sudafed, not like the, regular stuff.
Shannon-chan.
Which is my favorite headache medicine.
Shannon-chan, open that pot and have a look. You should be able to find some dried bergamot mixed in with the tea leaves.
Yes. It is in there. Something like dried orange peel is mixed in.
Hold on. I've got my tea bags right here. Oh yeah, that's in there. Oh shit.
Yeah, and also, when you mix it with gin, it makes it really good.
Oh my.
Oh, okay, those tea leaves are getting everywhere. Hold on.
Did you
There you
fucking rip open the bag?
Yes.
A used one or a fresh one?
Used. I used it. It was a used one.
Okay. Yeah. I
This
kinda
is my
figured there was-
my fourth. This is like my fourth cup of tea. I'm tossing it into the trash anyways. So. That's probably bergamot. The main ingredient in Earl Grey is scent. The scent is vivid, so it gives the impression of having a sharp taste, but it's a docile taste that's easy to drink. It might be lovely to make with milk. The scent should become more mild. If there's any left in the pot after you've poured some for everyone, you should really make a milk tea out of it and try it out.
Yes. Thank you very much.
George gave her a small wink. Alright, now that I'm using like my iPhone for camera instead of like just a webcam, I think I might be able to make my guy wink normally.
Case hasn't given me that animation yet, so you get to see my wide, dead blue eyes.
You don't need facial expressions. I gave you the 2 poses you need. Standing and hand forward.
Standing and hand forward.
That's the kind of way of putting it that I was gonna. I didn't think about it till I actually started trying to describe it. And you know what I mean, but no one else will.
Yep. Ain't got a mouth, so I need to emote somehow.
Shannon finally realized that George had been doing her a favor by calming down the atmosphere in the room, and he had been doing it for her sake as she had a lot of her self-confidence. The Uchiromia family did not pamper the servants, so if there was any awkwardness, they would be harshly punished. So it didn't happen often that they were given a helping hand like this. Thanks to George's concern, Shannon was somehow able to get a hold of herself and finish serving everything safely. If she was calm when she worked, she could easily carry out her tasks elegantly and flawlessly. So it is Natsuhi's fault!
Unfortunately, yes.
By the time the black tea was laid out on the table and the elegant scent drifted around the room was completely back to how it had been, in a peaceful mood as everyone praised George's knowledge. Shannon wanted to thank him for saving her, but it didn't look like she would get a chance. So she at least thanked him inside her heart, praying to God that George would hear it and push the serving cart away. Joke's on you, this isn't a George story, this is a Shannon story now.
George Nissan has always lent a helping hand in times like that.
No, I'm gone.
Shut up, Dad!
Yeah, shut up, Dad. George Nissan has always lent a helping hand in times like that. Like changing the topic or something.
Shannon and Jessica could be seen in the Rose Garden. Jessica, having gotten into a fight with her mother, now felt unable to simply nonchalantly wander back to the parlor and found herself here, killing time.
When I think back on it, I feel like that maybe this isn't the first time he has helped me like that.
Whenever I made a careless mistake, and George Sama was there, he would always naturally smooth things over and make things harmonious, I think. Maybe it wasn't something as direct as picking up a fork that had been dropped, but that was his way of caring. Even servants have pride. They want to fix their own mistakes by themselves. Because if a guest helped them out with that, they would lose face.
He's really good at reading between the lines in those kinds of situations. Well, maybe that's George Nissan's aesthetic take on things. That guy's more of a show-off than he looks. That's not true. I think he is a really wonderful person. Shannon, you haven't fallen in love with George Nissan, have you?
Shannon had refuted Jessica's words uncharacteristically forcefully, so Jessica caught on immediately.
No, that's not it. I think... Come to think of it, I've never heard any of that kind of gossip about George Nissan. Wait, actually, didn't I hear him say that family-oriented girls were his type? Nice, that fits you perfectly, Shannon.
Aye. Good for you, Shannon. You're just his type.
It does. I'm not qualified for that. You sure are qualified. You've known each other for years. You're almost childhood friends. They say that when you have a natural relationship where you don't think of each other as boy and girl, it's plain sailing once you do. No doubt.
Jessica loved teen magazines with these kinds of stories, and she was always on her phone talking excitedly with her friends about that kind of thing. So she had a keen intuition for this kind of romantic topic. So this wasn't the first time a topic like this had been brought to Shannon. But it was certainly the first time she noticed George as a member of the opposite sex. She was furniture, and George was an honored guest connected to the Ushiromi. So this is before the whole, prologue we saw. It's jumping, we saw how, the relationship was going, and then we're jumping back to, the inception of it looks. She was furniture, and George was an honored guest connected to the Ushiromi family. She had thought it impermissible to even imagine any deeper relationship, so she hadn't thought about it. Jessica was taking immense pleasure in poking fun at all this, since it didn't affect her. Shannon was doing her best to make sure that her blushing cheeks weren't discovered. So if George showed up at a time like this, there would be no way she would be able to keep her cool. Meanwhile, out of the ring with a steel chair! They saw George come out from the entrance hall, goddammit. It looked like he had seen them as well. He headed over, waving his hand. Shannon had to frantically try to regain her ordinary composure before George reached them. Grandfather finally came down. Now they're having an adult discussion, so they chased me out.
Escaping then was the right choice. I'd sooner kiss a god of pestilence than go look at grandfather in the face.
No, he's not that ugly. You shouldn't speak that way. However, I think grandfather may think of us as the pestilent creatures you're talking of. After all, we came over here specifically to ask him for money. That's right. This wasn't the customary annual October family conference. Ava's family had visited to apply for a business loan from the main family. Kinzo had vast resources, and he lent those out to his children. Of course, this was not money to lend because they'd gotten themselves into financial trouble. How would they expand their business using the vast amount of money that they would borrow? How much interest would be attached, and how soon could it be repaid? This wasn't a loan for the have-nots, it was a loan for those who were on the offense. Kinzo judged strictly whether it was worth lending out his fortune, and afterwards, he strictly oversaw its use. So there were occasionally the spectacle where relatives visited Rokkenjima and explained their business to Kinzo. Now you see, there's this guy in America named Steve Jobs. He's currently working out of his garage at the moment to make computers, but he has... Oh, I'm jokester. I don't even remember enough about Apple history to be able to finish that. Go.
So there's these two dudes. They're called the McDonald brothers. The McDonald brothers. They have the largest fast food chain in America currently. That's it. That's the joke. Because Hideyoshi owns a fast food chain.
To the parents, it may as well have been a meeting concerning the movements of large sums of money, forcing immense stress upon them. But to Jessica, who lived on this isolated island called Rokkenjima, it was a precious opportunity to meet up with her cousins. So even her bad mood from getting into that fight with her mother was immediately cured by this chat with the infrequent visitor, George.
My family's a total bunch of tightwads. They've probably got money to spare. Why not be generous with it? I bet my dad and grandfather are both just being really tight.
No, your family's broke. Your dad's a terrible businessman.
Yeah.
I heard that.
You were
I met
supposed
that
to.
person with a very similar voice of me. Shut the hell up.
It's natural to be prudent when lending money. Of course, my father's come up with a plan in which he can expand his business with what he borrows, and which he can definitely repay. Everything else will be up to the presentation. Really, we've got PowerPoints and everything. We got Excel graphs. The future is now, thanks to science.
How do you have PowerPoint and Excel? Microsoft isn't out yet.
The future is now, thanks to science.
You give me a moment.
Are you checking to make sure that's right?
Making sure that's right. Because I think Windows has been started, but I think IBM's still the big thing.
IBM is still the big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
IBM was the big thing till like the mid-90s. Because like in the 90s when Doom came out, it had a bigger install base than Windows, so they really latched on like late 90s, early 2000s. That's when they got their market dominance.
Bro, Windows was founded in 1975.
Yeah.
Apple was founded on April Fool's Day in 1976.
Well, that's one hell of a joke. You know,
So
it's
sad
a bit
that
of a
Steve
prank to
Jobs
become.
died, Ligma.
Who's Steve Jobs?
Ligma balls.
Really, I would have liked to watch alongside and learn, but Mother chased me out. I'm a little let down.
Alright, so I'm a little wrong, but still technically right. So Microsoft was invented. Well, Microsoft was released for Windows in 1985, and this is 1986.
Yeah.
So PowerPoint and Excel still wouldn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Excel, because spreadsheets have existed for as long as computers have, but not PowerPoint.
I mean, I think, was it the first, like, actual mass market GUI stuff was... I think that was the Apple Lisa in 83. But, like, the first one that most people actually got was something like when around the Amiga when that came out in 85. Because that was the first one with, like, actual, like, adaptive, like, multi-thing. So you could have, like, one window on and, like, something playing in the background. So, and, like, the Amiga, that Amiga released, like, a year after, like, Apple had announced, like, oh, you can have scrolling text on your new Macintosh. Ooh. So, this is roughly around the time when, like, fancy shit would be coming out. That is if, you know, the Ushiromias are the kind of people to own Amigas unironically.
They have a black and white television.
Oh man, she's watching Higurashi in black and white.
Anyways, it seems that the master still scolds Kraus-sama and Eva-sama in just the same way he did when they were kids. I'm sure she didn't want to show that to you, your son.
How's our day going? It's going well, I think. We're good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, lazy day at work, so it was mostly just waiting for the day to end. But, yeah, we're good.
Oh.
How are things on your end, TKJ?
Attack for my future plans.
As Shannon hung her head, she thought back to those scenes she had grown used to seeing while working in the mansion. Even Kraus, who acted haughtily towards his siblings, was still treated like a child by Kinzo. He probably still beats them to this day. Shannon herself had often seen Kinzo slapping Kraus and making him sit Seiza style. Ooh.
You were right.
Damn.
For those of you who don't know what Seiza style is, imagine sitting on your legs, like when you're like on your knees and just fully sitting on your legs. It is not a comfortable, good way to sit.
Hence why it's a popular punishment.
It's not a comfortable way to sit. You can get used to it, but like it gets sore after a bit, especially in like your
It's
feet.
not good for you. You're gonna fuck up your legs. It's like terrible for your circulation.
It was probably deeply humiliating to have that forced upon him at his age. In the Ushiromiya family, taking care not to be present when this happens was one of the great tasks of the servants. Yes, Kraus, I'm going to polish your... bathroom fixing. Sorry, I'm going to leave now. Locks the door.
Yes, Genji-san? Coming.
I don't think I've done the recycling for the day. Goodbye. I should probably fix that before the next trash boat comes.
I should probably go check the mail. It's actively Sunday and they're on an island.
Yes, I need to check the pH of the ocean water to see how the ocean life is doing to make sure you can keep fishing. Of course, that did mean Shannon had been making mistakes by being witness to it. Probably. Realizing that and going away may be my duty as her child. Well, all that aside, the flowers in this garden are truly splendid this year, aren't they? Well, the flowers. George stretched as he said that. And truly effortlessly, he changed the subject away from something that had been a little gloomy. This time, Shannon noticed it too. This person, George, was highly sensitive to the mood of a group and was always caring enough to change the subject to something harmonious. It had been so smooth that Shannon hadn't noticed it until today. Today, Shannon had to really admire that behavior of George's. Almost all of the boys Shannon knew of her own age were her classmates during her education, but they were all immature, and none of them had the composure that George did. Even though he had just been another guest until moments ago, now she couldn't describe him with just that. But that was idle thinking, irrelevant to her work as a servant. Shannon tried to chase it away with a small shake of her head.
What's up? No, it's nothing. Shall I prepare some tea? I will prepare some more of that Earl Grey for you.
Ah, so you remember the name of that black tea. I'm happy.
Thank you for your concern back then.
Shannon was finally able to put her thanks into words. If you wrote them down out on paper, it wouldn't seem like much, but Shannon had needed just a little courage to say that out loud. Why did my lights just flicker? Is there a storm happening right now? Hold on.
Oh no, ooh.
I'm standing next to a window. That is black. What am I thinking? It is 11 at night. That is just gonna be black.
Is there a storm outside? All right, it's nighttime. I live in the country.
It's dark 30, and I live in like the literal middle of nowhere.
See, I could open my window and go outside and see things, but I also live in a city.
Mm-hmm. You live like on the edge of gang territory, if I remember.
I live in gang territory.
Damn.
Ooh.
You know what gang signs to throw up to defend yourself?
No, because like the gang's so small, people don't know about them outside of this specific area.
Aw, shit. Damn. But George played dumb. What's this? I don't remember doing anything I should be thanked for. It seemed he was being a gentleman in his own way, saying that he hadn't helped her because he wanted to be thanked. It seemed that George's response had been more or less predictable to Jessica, she burst out laughing uncontrollably.
See? This is it. Isn't he a show-off? No, I don't think that's...
Jessica made fun of Shannon as she remained silent, red-faced. George didn't know the details, but he naturally joined in, laughing in the same way. The three of them lazily walked around the garden, talking about what was new. George, as the oldest cousin, talked about his life experiences. Jessica talked about recent life on Rokkenjima, and Shannon talked about her recent work. These silly little topics went round in circles. Even when the other stories had been fascinating, Shannon had never felt particularly connected to their contents. She was nothing more than a servant, and she had no intention of delving into her master's lives. She simply wanted them to enjoy their time speaking with her, and was only pretending to listen intently and nodding at the right moments. But, for some reason, she found talking with George deeply interesting today. Even for things that she should have normally ignored, she felt like she could feel a kindness hidden behind the words. For some reason, she wanted to know more things about George, no matter how trivial. So, she stared fixedly at him. She thought that as far as looks went, this poor George, Ushiromiya George, was probably about average. He doesn't really stick out, he's kind of mid. And that suit of his, He was diligent and serious, and deeply thoughtful in a way that allowed him to understand people's hearts and care for them. But she had never been aware of those things until now. She might not have met him many times, but she had known his face for many years. She had not noticed once until now. So Shannon felt ashamed of this, and her cheeks went red. Maybe George thought Shannon was appreciating him talking about himself, because he continued to relate his personal stories. But Jessica did not miss that slight change in Shannon. So she turned the discussion around to the topic Shannon wanted to hear about the most.
Yeah, come to think of it. George Nissan, did you finally get a girlfriend yet, or what?
What is this?
Oh, that was terrible.
Out
That
of
was
the
a
blue?
terrible line to read. Goddamn.
You want to try again?
Yeah, maybe one more time. Oh yeah,
Man,
come to think of it, George Nissan, did you finally get a girlfriend yet, or what?
Did you enjoy your like 3 lines, Soundwave?
I enjoyed my 3 lines, yeah.
Where's the
You know,
Sprouse?
last time Battler was there all the time.
Well, we gotta set up the next game. We gotta give you context.
I think the context is we're focusing on George and Shannon, and Battler's almost definitely gonna die.
Nah, Battler ain't gonna die. He's a perspective character for the actual mystery, so just basic narrative thing. He's not gonna die.
Yeah.
He's gonna get fucking depressed, tortured, and probably give up if, like, this is actually a first-rate mystery like it warned. But that depends on how well he can Phoenix Wright his way out of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm great at arguing.
Don't I fucking know it. What is this? Out of the blue? Normally, just Jordan's reaction would have been answer enough. But for some reason, as she was now, Shannon found herself unable to understand unless she said it clearly.
George-sama is very nice. So I'm sure he must be very popular with the girls.
No. Not really.
Quit it, Shannon. That's pretty mean to be cornering him like that. I wasn't trying to be mean.
Thank you for your happy wrong impression. It's a shame, but I still don't have a relationship with any special girl. As you can see, my looks are fucking mid-tier. Like, goddamn. Like, if you pick me, you're picking, like, a D-tier character on, like, the meta list.
Yeah,
I'm not Battler. I don't take the steroids to get buff and big. I can't even speak wittily that way to entertain a girl.
I don't think
I
that's
do
true.
take steroids. That is a thing. I'm not here yet, but I do take steroids.
Battler, when did you get on the island? What?
Yeah.
I'm in your mind, George.
Oh boy,
It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh boy, time to go back to the therapist again.
You don't take therapy. This is the 80s and you're a man.
And it's Japan.
And it's Japan.
Sorry, quote unquote therapy, aka my own drugs.
Hard drugs.
Yeah, you know, hard drugs the rich people take, like cocaine.
Like cocaine and heroin. Because everyone takes heroin.
Yep.
Actually, it's
That
the
is not
80s. We could probably get some LSD too for free. Like, just with like...
MDMA?
Yeah, MDMA. Yeah. Anyway.
Mm.
Anyways, now that we're demonetized.
We would never monetize in the first place.
First place, yeah.
If it gets Twitch to stop putting ads on my streams, fucking go for it, but... Anyways.
Right. I don't think that's true, and I think that a man's charm is decided by things you can't measure on the outside. But that's why, I think that you might be, a very charming man, George-sama.
Now you're gonna get demonetized on your YouTube channel. Man, my VOD channel isn't even, like... Doesn't have, like, 2 subscribers, and that's me and Soundwave just by default, because it, like, auto-subscribed me to myself, but... Like, I don't care if that gets demonetized. I don't even have monetization on my main channel, or, like, any of my old channels either that I used to do. See how many views you got on it? You could get a cent. God damn. Rolling in dough. Scrooge McDucking this shit up.
Yep.
I have to shift around my camera 1 sec. There we go. Shannon was uncharacteristically verbose. Compared to her normal self, she was being very wordy indeed. George looked fairly pleased about hearing his own charm described, but he was a little surprised at this high praise. Jessica, sure now that her own imagination was right on, acted as though she could barely hold back her laughter. Thank you, Shannon-chan. I hope I soon run into a girl gracious enough to find me attractive.
Yes, I'm sure you will. I'm sure there's a girl not... I mean... A lot of girls who will recognize your real charm.
She'd probably want to say, there's a girl not very far away! She avoided saying that much, drawing a final line as a servant. Really? Guess I'm kind of embarrassed. Maybe he had never been praised this much by a girl. George's face turned just as bright red as Shannon's. As she watched the two of them, Jessica giggled sadistically.
Well, I'm sure you'll eventually find a wonderful partner, George Nissan. But I don't think you'll be able to escort your partner as you are now, right? Your braininess may be a diligent worker, but it looks like you're totally clueless when it comes to that aspect of your studies.
Man, really calling him dense without calling him dense.
I mean, fair.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've been where George is. I've been worse than George. Yeah.
I had to be told a girl liked me twice.
I got kissed by a girl, and I did not put together that she liked me until like a year later.
See, no, Case is an idiot. The second time, it's because I didn't go to school with that girl.
Oh, we have the expert here with us. Hi, TiVo. You picked the perfect time to stop on by. You missed,
You're welcome to join, TiVo.
Yeah. You missed the first batch of dead bodies, and now we're busy in the setup for the next batch of like dead bodies happening in the second episode of the series. No, second episode, quote unquote, but second chapter.
It's gonna take us another 3 streams to get to dead bodies again. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, no, like probably a bit more, just because there's probably gonna be a little more setup, but.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? Your own set of dead body? What, you playing another Nuzlocke or something, or you Nuzlocking through the Scarlet Violet expansion? Since I know you got a Switch now. Oh, Oregon Trail. Classic. Did you die of dysentery, or did you die of like a reasonable cause of death? Did you get gored by a deer?
Dysentery is a reasonable cause of death. You shit yourself to death.
Oh,
it's a thing that happened all the time.
Oh, so I died. Gotcha. Thanks. I appreciate the love. As you watched me shitting myself to death in a grave.
Yeah, I already said
No,
the line,
but
you can
dysentery is a
progress it
fucked up way to
20.
go. Because it's just like dehydration advanced.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, it's such a common way to die in that game. I just like put that as like the easiest way to lose. Which one was high? The baby. How dare you? I wouldn't be the baby. I would be the most actual, like, least useful person on the party. The baby's at least got a hope for a future. Excuse me for being ignorant. I'll start by studying that bit by bit. What? Don't you know I got... TiVo, I gotta beat my PB of, like, finishing Oregon Trail with no time, and you just, like... If you're giving me the option of, like, collecting every single disease known to man, I gotta take it.
Gotta catch them all.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, how would you do that by yourself? Are you gonna watch movies about love? Learn from Uncle Hideyoshi?
You're milking this for all it's worth, aren't you? Men aren't a match for girls in this kind of conversation. Normally, when George and Jessica got together, their parents would say, George, oh, he's so diligent and admirable. And Jessica, oh, she's so lazy and rude. Yeah. Oh, she's so lazy and rude. How could you, Jessica?
Speaking of milking it for all it's worth, huh?
Absolutely. Look, this is this one joy I get in life before you all, like, cock it and I can then make fun of how you all died. Give it to me. Your dad's already mean enough. So it was probably irresistible fun for Jessica when their roles were finally reversed. George also realized that, so this time, he was content with being the one who was teased.
Then...
So then who else died on this island?
Everyone.
Yes.
Let me quickly...
Everyone has died at one point.
Just as a just a quick guide of like how many people died. Let's see. It started with we had 18 people on the island. Ignore her, even though I could tell she's probably your type. No, she's not important at the moment. We start with the rich father cunt who's got the his like the smarmiest accent given to him by Soundwave. He got a fucking hole in his head. Like, the half of his head's fucking gone. Then this motherfucker... Entire face just fucked. Go back to Beatrice, I need screenshots.
Oh, I'm flattered.
Absolutely. She is absolutely your type, TiVo. I can feel it in my bones.
Oh, after all, he's definitely gonna like the voice that I put on for myself.
Yeah, we might, if we like rush, we might be able to get some of like her lines like within like a stream or two, but she's
But knowing
myself, she's absolutely just straight up called a witch and just like laughs at you for trying to kill her. Like I didn't give her the fucking sprite with the doohickey for no reason. She's absolutely a fucking killer.
You're gonna have to show him the doohickey Beatrice.
I'm getting it. I am image doohickey Beatrice. Where?
Okay. Case, I don't know if you know how to do this, but are you able to replace her sprite in game with that?
I am not gonna dig into the code of the game for that. I don't know how.
It would actually be really funny.
It would, but fuck, this is on my laptop. I would have to. Yeah, I'll just copy it from my tweet.
Yeah.
I'll get the real one later, but
It's the easiest, yeah.
I'm just gonna label it the doohickey.jpg.
Instead of saying she got that thing, she got the doohickey.
Yeah. She got that doohickey, you know? Gonna fucking blast Shinzo Abe into next century. But there is a gun on the island. We know that for sure. And I don't doubt she will eventually just get the gun and start blasting. Is that a roll of tape? Do you not remember when like Shinzo Abe got fucking blasted? Like the Prime Minister of Japan got fucking murdered?
Well, assassinated apparently is the proper term.
Close enough.
It's only assassination if they're important.
Exactly.
It's murder every other time.
He's only important when you're making memes about like, ah yes, go forth and have sex, have children. Yeah, no, the guy who like blasted Shinzo Abe literally just had like a piece of wood with duct tape together that somehow turned into a shotgun, like he fucking Minecraft crafted that shit. But yeah. So 6 people got fucking blasted and their heads are fucking gone. So he was the fat kid from high school that, yes. Let's see, then these 2 got like stabbed in the forehead with like ice picks. My man got fucking incinerated with it, and like the only reason we could tell it was him because he's got like 6 toes on a foot or something. This guy tried to be hero and fucking caked it. Like a knife to the chest and kept getting stabbed. These people just got fucking annihilated. We don't know how, they got fucking dead. Yeah, it was like something like Shinzo Abe let like the cult that the assassin's mom like lost a lot of money to happened, and like it's wild. This chick shot herself in the face. And these 4 lived until they didn't. They lived until they didn't. So literally everyone died. But this is written by the guy who did Higurashi, so we're in a kind of time loop thing going on. So now, place your bets, which of those 18 are gonna die again? Because, like, whenever you all feel like ending the stream, because I'm fine for it, I'm still good to go, but...
Oh yeah, I'm still good to go.
Because I've got my thoughts which are gonna die in the first, at least. And it's definitely gonna be this motherfucker is like caking it.
Yeah.
Kraus is absolutely eating it.
Listen, just because I'm an asshole doesn't mean I'm gonna eat it immediately.
It's not because you're an asshole. It's because you work in real estate.
You know what? That's fair. I do work in real estate.
You're actually one of the most evil person alive for that. Anyway, we're getting a bit sidetracked again.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit sidetracked. Then...
Yes, it's like Danganronpa, where like 90% of them are probably gonna die. But then you, instead of just like, it's like that, except you can't just nail a simpering smug fuck to like the wall by his own lies that you caught him in. You gotta like figure out, oh god, how did this person like enter a locked room to kill them with when there's a chain, a bolt, a fucking piece of wood, and a fucking like fridge in front of the door that kept them from getting in? How could this happen? I don't know.
How could this happen?
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. Got nowhere to run.
I thought we were continuing.
Why would you do such a thing, Steven? Steven, is that you?
It's like back in April 7th, 1999 with Jay Schlott in fucking Missouri. I don't know where that joke's going anymore.
That's months before he was born.
So you're saying he didn't have an alibi?
I'm saying his alibi was... Let's see, April? I'm older than him, so... Yeah, he would have been in his mom's stomach. Or uterus.
Womb.
Anyways.
Anyway. Right, now we're for sure continuing. No more
I'd
jokes
keep
or
continuing
tangents?
before we get sidetracked again.
Okay, then, George Nissan, as long as you're...
I'm sorry. Go on. I'm just gonna try to laugh.
As long as you're okay with it, why not practice a bit with Shannon? Keep Shannon entertained all day long on a date? What do you think? What are you, my lady?
When she heard Jessica's audacious plan, Shannon's face turned bright red and a donut of smoke rose from it with a poof. Literally just going cartoon for this. Okay. That's a very attractive plan, but I'd feel bad for Shannon-chan. I wouldn't want to just be wasting her precious day off. I'd also be butting in on the ideal moment when she'd be able to be alone with someone she really has feelings for. I couldn't do something so boorish.
I also, don't have a person I have feelings for or anything, so, caring for me like that is, yes, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, no, this opening, chapter hits a bit too close to home at times, and I hate it. I don't like being called out like this.
What? I missed it. I was reading manga.
No, nothing. Don't worry. Didn't miss anything. Go back to your Yuri. You're not going to be important for next.
I'm not reading Yuri this time.
Go back to your yaoi.
What the fuck? I don't read. I have a specific type of gay I like. Yaoi is not it. Mostly because most of that is porn.
No, when you yaoi hard enough, it can be very Yuri. Shannon's blood had rushed to her head, and it looked even like
that.
So I'm not wrong.
I'm not that hardcore.
Shannon's blood had all rushed to her head, and it looked like she didn't know what she was babbling about. Jessica, who knew how Shannon normally was, seemed to really find that comical. She couldn't hide her cackling laugh anymore. Is it that true? I can't believe that a cute girl like you would be single, Shannon-chan.
I'm a servant, so, I don't have any opportunities to meet boys, and, which means that in the future, if Shannon's gonna have any chance of getting herself a wonderful guy, she needs practice with relationships, right? So you each want the same thing. Alright, that'll work nice.
Jessica irresponsibly cheered the two of them on. Now George was also hanging his head, red-faced. Oh, out of nowhere with the steel chair, Ava comes in.
George, I've been calling for you. Can't you hear me? Or couldn't you hear me? Pardon.
Since Ava appeared in what was already an embarrassing situation, both of them became even more flustered. Because Jessica was in stitches. Mother! Sorry, our conversation got complicated. I didn't notice.
Oh, Eva-sama. My deepest apologies.
I think they're not dying yet, but I think they want to kill themselves in this situation. Because that's how I would feel. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm sure we'll get to murder or your nice, bitchy witch at some point tonight. Hopefully, if we can stretch it.
Yeah. I'm probably more comfortable because I'm just, lying in bed, so that's probably why I can go longer. Anyways, it sounds like you young kids are really getting excited.
Go fuck yourself, Tiva.
No, do the squat, bitch. I'm glad the tracking's a lot better using my iPhone because you could just see me slowly go down and back up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
No, I'm just roping Soundwave into doing it because I can, and I want to bully him.
It's the only way he can bully me.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, we're gonna get that toned ass.
While
Three
you guys
more.
are doing that, I'm gonna read this line. These lines.
4 more. Go, read.
It sounds like you young kids were really getting excited. You're all about that age. I remember well what that was like. You must have no end of things like that to talk about.
TiVo's gonna blow up my knee.
Well, do it, coward. They're redeeming points. I
I
didn't
already
spend all...
did it, but like I can feel my knees clicking, which is not great.
That's fair. Anyways, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Auntie Ava. You're still in your prime. Please, tell us how you and Uncle Hideyoshi met.
Alex, me and Case are 24.
We're 20... Yeah, we're 24. About that age. Like, Ava and, like, all the adults are, like, in their 40s.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I thought Alex was talking about how my knees were clicking.
Well, you are, like, fucking... Like... just straight up...
TiVo, I have a naturally fat ass. I don't need to do squats.
Oh my, there's no way I could tell you that. You're also young.
You don't need to hear about the rich person orgy.
Oh my.
So, what is it, Mother, getting off the topic of rich people orgies? You called because you wanted something, right?
Your father and the rest have finished talking. We're going to talk to grandfather about you, so come on.
About me? What could that be?
The same topic you were all just having. Remember that topic?
Oh, now the adults are gonna start their shipping. That topic. That isn't something we really need to talk to grandfather about, is it? He gets a bit ranty and shouty, then he starts talking about, oh, Beatrice, my beloved, crying, and then starts drinking in front of us.
And then he gets vaguely racist.
Only vaguely!
God damn
Towards
it,
Japanese people specifically, which is weird because we're Japanese. We are in the bloodline.
We must complete the family circle.
No.
I shouldn't have started drinking while we were making jokes.
Yeah, I was just about to start taking a sip and then you started joking.
Oh god, push-ups and squats, it's okay. Oh.
Anyways, what are you talking about?
I did a fucking burpee.
What? George Nissan, you're getting married to someone.
Oh, and to sit up, god damn it.
No, wait. Did I read that properly? Oh, anyways. Congratulations.
Sit-ups. Oh, omedetou gozaimasu. No. Didn't I just say I don't have a special woman? I'm gay!
That is something to brag about, is it? Oh, sorry. That isn't something to brag about, is it? Seriously?
Both sides of Shannon's hair look like they belong to a different person. Maybe she has a split personality where she's like a psychopathic witch killing people, who knows?
No, we have her inner monologue. That can't be it. Her very incredibly metal inner monologue.
Yeah, where she just starts defying the fate of heaven or something and banishing herself from the realm of God.
And comparing herself to eating the apple of knowledge.
What is it? What's that like meme of like, oh yeah, the tiny shy kid. I wonder what they're listening to. It is fucking death metal.
Meanwhile, you have the big old jock who's listening to like Hololive.
As no, she's Ava smiled bitterly, looking a little exasperated.
Ah, I got it. George Nissan, it's one of those, right? A marriage meeting. A marriage meeting?
Well, yeah. As a man, George undoubtedly wanted to find a partner by himself and carry her off himself. So it seemed that he found the idea of meeting his partner for the first time in a marriage meeting arranged by his parents to be a little pathetic. Shouldn't marriage meetings be done at a more mature age? I still don't feel like I've become an adult.
We don't intend on rushing you into an immediate engagement or marriage. Of course not. It isn't a problem if you deepen your friendship first, and then have her move to your family register later when you settle down as you age.
From the forceful impression Ava was giving, and George's evasiveness, it seemed like you could catch a glimpse of how this marriage meeting linked into everything. Who this other person was remained unclear, but was surely someone profitable to Ava's family business sense. George is built like a fucking Lego character? No! Oh god, the minute he dies, we're gonna have to like make a short where he just fucking breaks apart like the Lego sound effect.
Yeah. I'm already imagining it.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to make a stream marker for that, god damn it. Lego death sound here, add. Quickly edit quick actions to get rid of that. It almost felt like a political strategy. They want to create a connection between the two families, if not by changing the registers, then at least by having them get engaged.
God damn it. Hold on.
Marriage isn't something you do after you start liking someone. It's something you get used to after you do it. If you marry just based on emotions, you'll definitely regret it. There's definitely nothing wrong with choosing a person with a secure background as your partner in life, and then building up emotions of love.
Man, if she wasn't buried into, like, born into, like, one of the richest families in Japan, she'd be a fucking gold-digging harlot.
Yeah, that's just, like, unequivocally the wrong way to look at marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even if her and Hideyoshi are fucking adorable together, like, no, don't look at it like that. What the fuck?
Auntie Ava, that's so rude to Uncle Hideyoshi. I love him, you know. I want to always be with him, to live my life by his side.
She's not technically wrong. She's phrasing it in the worst way possible.
Marriage is a legal process, but, like, that is the worst way to phrase it.
Yeah.
Ava-sama, that's wonderful. Truly splendid. Thank you. But we built up those feelings after we were husband and wife, you see. I believe that in the future we will be much, much closer than we are now. I think that's the best way for a husband and wife to be.
You'll be close in death.
Well, they did go around before they died, so they died happy.
Mm-hmm.
He died full.
There was more than one hole of her leaking.
No.
Oh god, we're fucking terrible.
Oh. I'm telling you, our sex jokes funnier than this game.
Yeah, because it's not based on, like, sexual assault of your siblings.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that makes it alright to marry someone you don't even like.
And that doesn't make it alright to marry whoever you want, just so as long as you like them. A wedding lasts only a moment, but your life as a married couple after, that is very, very long.
I went to a wedding recently.
Yeah?
By recently, I mean last Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my cousin got married. The ceremony was 4 minutes long.
Oh,
I think the last wedding I went to was for my friend Sad Occultist and stuff, blah blah. They were getting married to their partner, so they walked up, said like, anyone object? No, bam. Like the whole ceremony, including like walking in and walking out, was like 2 minutes, and then they just started a fucking party.
Yeah, that's pretty much how my cousin went about it.
Yeah.
Her and her husband now, they I think got a friend to do it. He brought up the Goblet of Fire, which was it?
Interesting
Sorcerer's
choice.
Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. He read a like piece of paper from it, and then said, "By the power of Grayskull, I'm now pronounce you husband and wife." Then they were married. And that was like 4 minutes.
I mean, I'm technically an ordained minister, so I could do marriages if Tennessee didn't like
Wait, what?
make it technically illegal for like the way I did for it to count. But
Velvet, you can go online and become ordained to marry someone. It is a very
Yeah,
easy process.
that is how I did it. I've been technically an ordained minister since 2020.
oh shit.
Yeah, literally, I got bored one night and did it. Like how I do half of my things.
It is also so incredibly easy to get your food handler's license.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's $4.
Probably. Ads are about to start, and I don't have any snoozes, so I'm going to start them and then run to the restroom, and then we can be back.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all on the other side.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least I could stack on some chips in the meantime. So you should search with prudence. and
I
not
didn't.
leave it-
I just switched the scenes. That's what I was saying, anyways, because I'm switching the scene back.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Now we're live again.
My bad,
Hello.
my bad. Oh, hey. Whoops. Start a little early.
Just
Okay,
a-
let's start again.
Like I appreciate the enthusiasm. It's great. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
still liking this, even with the slower opening we've got right now.
Yeah, no, it's alright. It's alright. It just again, I can't really see the screen for
Yeah,
the screen, so I can't tell.
That's fair. Mhm. Right.
Anyways, so you should search with prudence and not leave it up to momentary emotions. And don't you think that your mother and the rest of us would be better at that than a person inexperienced in life like yourself?
No.
That's a very bad take. I understand this is
No.
the 80s, but no! That was a bad take in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad take in the 60s.
That may be true if you're a fucking idiot, but
You are my pride and joy, my only son. You have grown into a fine man who can match up to anyone. And with Badlerkun leaving the register, you are the only grandson to
I'm-
carry father's blood.
sorry, hold
I'm
up.
doing what?
I saw he's fucking what?
I'm doing what? I wasn't informed of this. When was I leaving the register? Hold on.
Fight Man's leaving the register? Hold up. That's actual information we're gonna need to remember.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but to answer your question, Tivo, the bad take is, as Ava puts it, don't you think that your mother and the rest of us would be better than a person inexperienced in your life as yourself? You should let us decide who you should marry. We have more life experience. That's exactly what she is saying right there. Sorry.
Anyways,
Yeah. go
Listen, I love my mom. I wouldn't let my parents choose my partner.
yeah, same.
Hmm.
Anyways, with Battler leaving... Right. You are the only grandson to carry father's blood. We must prudently choose a fitting partner for you.
As everyone related to the Ushiromiya family knew, Ava adored George so much that he was the apple of her eye. That didn't mean that she pampered them. She had raised him strictly, and he had grown into a charming man who wouldn't betray her expectations. That's how he was the apple of her eye.
We definitely aren't deciding a partner based on what we personally stand to gain from it. I will introduce you to a really wonderful woman who's right for you. Right now, you may still have some immature youth inside of you that's turning you away from this.
Tivo, to be fair to my parents, they have been together for 25 years.
Respectable.
They've only been married for, since 2009, though?
I think my parents are like married 27-ish, 28 years. Because they were married a year before my sister was born, so... And she's like 2 and a bit years older than me, so...
I have to take my age into account and then add 1 to see how long my parents have been together.
Oh wait, did you accidentally...
No, I haven't.
Mm.
Have you said that line?
Oh, no, I don't think I have.
yeah, I think that's why I reopened that.
Yeah. But at least listen to what your mother says on this point. Have I ever failed to think of what's best for you?
Okay, Tivo. 3 of my sisters are older than you. My youngest one, I think, is like a year or 2 younger than you. Yeah, something like that.
Oh, right. I forgot. So, and this can happen later, but like, there's a reason why I said Narissa's family was just yours.
Look, if my sister was somehow VTubing, like, out of the blue, without me knowing, that would be impressive.
I think that would be the funniest, most like
That would be the
out of nowhere
funniest shit
thing.
ever. Because I know she's bad, like... I go a lot. She's bad at games. She struggled to beat The Last of Us on easy mode. Like, she says way too many jobs to worry about. Like, because if she was working a job like Hollow, where you could actually get enough money like that from donation shit, she wouldn't be working at Starbucks still.
Mm.
And she wouldn't be desperately looking to get a job as a substitute art teacher just to have a different job other than Starbucks. Yes, that was the one where I had to beat a boss fight on VC. Yeah.
Tell your sister to start streaming.
I have been telling her that since I think she would really be good at it. She is like that.
Be bad at games publicly. People love that shit.
Yeah, that I keep saying like she could easily get a fair amount of success because she's the extrovert of us.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, you're doing good enough.
Yeah.
high praise, thanks.
You're getting.
I hear
the
qualifications in that sentence alone just from your delivery. Every single, I can see the 4 or 5 asterisks from that alone.
How do you think that reflects on me, dude?
I appreciate it, TKJ. Thanks for the bit. Why did my alerts not? My alert should have changed to what? Hold on, because that should be my new alert thing I set up on once I got my. Because I got new alerts alongside this. I got new alerts alongside this overlay, so that should have gone through with them. Why is... What? Time to fix it live, because it should be... Yeah, it should be that. Why is my... bits... Yeah, why did that change? Oh, one sec. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it should be then... Yeah, there we go. That should be fixed now, I think. Save settings to make sure. That was weird, but again, thank you so much for the bit, TKJ. I appreciate it. But where were we going before this? I got distracted with working on stream settings.
Ava trying to rope George into
Right.
basically marriage.
Right. Ava being a helicopter parent. No, you haven't.
And that's all you need to think of for now.
Oh.
Come on now, let's go.
Thank you again for the other bit, TKJ. Rats, duck. Yeah.
Rats. We are the rats.
You heading to bed then? I think that's what you usually do when you say GN and stream. So if so, good night. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I think we're streaming again tomorrow if you guys are free.
Probably,
I will give you information on that later.
Yeah.
I have come into new information.
Yeah. Have a good night, TKJ.
Come on now, let's go. We're keeping father waiting. Hurry to the mansion.
Well, sorry, you two. See you later. George bowed to the two of them, and after bowing once more to Shannon, he dashed off to the mansion.
I'll be going as well then. Sorry for cutting your fun conversation short, Jessica-chan. Shannon-chan. No. Please, don't worry about it. Come on, Shannon. Let's go. Yes. It's alright. I'm sure you'll meet someone wonderful soon too, Jessica-chan. A wonderful person suitable for you. So, if he's at the same level as me... you mean a guy with bad grades? Bad grades? Well, That kind of freaking sucks. And of course, you too, Shannon-chan. I'm sure that a wonderful man suitable for you will appear. Yes. Thank you very much.
As Ava giggled and smiled, she approached Shannon's ear with her hand over her mouth, as though she was trying to tell her a secret.
Huh? I'm sure you'll find a perfect match for a lonely servant like yourself. Have you forgotten how to be grateful for your schooling? Know your place.
Oh.
And there's the bitchiness.
Yep, there she is. Like, Bitchmas Prime 3000.
Yeah.
Today on We All Forgot Ava's the Worst.
She flip-flops from being the best to being the fucking worst.
And this is why I like Nazi so much. She's consistent.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, Chiba, you will never fuck my son.
Joke's on you, Ava. In the last timeline, I not only married your son, I did it and then I died, so he has to live with the guilt of me dying after proposing. That will never leave him. I'll be in your son forever.
That's not what I didn't. George is the eldest grandson carrying father's blood. He's a person who may bear the burden of the Ushiromiya family someday in the future. To answer that expectation, he has studied tirelessly, entered a wonderful college, and is getting wonderful grades. Do you really think you're in his league, you incompetent, unqualified, uncultured servant?
Do you think you can keep the bloodline pure?
Why do I refer to you as servant? I should be referring to you as swine.
Those malicious words all poured into Shannon's ear without spilling a drop. To
Hey,
Shannon,
Battler here.
what the fuck are you doing
fuck?
here in this black void? Hold on.
I exist everywhere and nowhere.
To Shannon, it was like cold water being poured in there.
Wait, even better. Hey, Burncastle here. What the fuck?
Burncastle, go back to being in Higurashi. No one wants you here.
Hey, I already promised to help.
Isn't it a bit early?
It's a bit early.
Shut
No
the
one's
fuck up,
died.
Beatrice. Man,
Knowing just how
Guild World
witches have been in
sucks.
this thing, you're probably literally just gonna show up at the end, say ew, and then fucking leave.
Probably. Anyways. I didn't mean...
This was all whispered in secret. And with the same smile as before. Jessica, who could only see Ava's expression, didn't think anything about other than Ava telling Shannon some embarrassing story about love. With their secret conversation ended, Ava patted Shannon's shoulders as though to underscore her message.
Don't worry, I'm sure that you'll find a partner just perfect for you, right? Alright, Jessica-chan. See you later. Yeah, see you later. And then please tell me some stories about you and Uncle Hideyoshi. No way!
Ava laughed dryly and headed back to the entrance hall. Behind Jessica, who was cheerfully waving her hand, Shannon reflected very, very deeply on the word of Ava's about knowing her place. And that scene You good for one more scene, or you want to keep going? End it here.
No, I think I probably should just
Gotcha.
stop because again, I'm losing consistency with my voices. So
Well, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
That's why I try checking up whenever we get to like a break point or it passes like the 2-hour mark.
yeah.
All right.
True.
But yeah, that was a slow start to everything, but
Well, I mean, what else is new?
reflected almost as deep as George will be in it. I missed you being in these streams, TiVo.
Hmm.
Anyway, so before
Who is streaming?
we go to raid someone else, something I set up on the side.
Oh.
I want to know from all of us who we think is gonna die in the first Twilight.
Unfortunately, me.
So, I know
Kraus,
me and
yeah.
Oden are saying Kraus. Are you saying that too, Velvet?
Yeah, he's too much of an asshole to not die
Alright,
early.
I would imagine Rudolph is probably also going to die
Okay.
Mm,
again.
I'm with
Yeah.
you there too, and I also want to suggest, because Natsuhi had such a fucking good character arc in like the first episode, she's gonna fucking cark it just to like give like everyone else room
Yeah.
to grow.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I love Nazi so much.
Did
man.
you say Rudolph too, Velvet, or?
I'm kind of agreeing with Rudolph because I
Yeah.
imagine he's just as much an asshole as Kraus, if not a little less so.
Okay. So,
I imagine Shannon's not going to die first this time.
okay.
Yeah,
So maybe Kumasawa?
maybe.
I'm not feeling Kumasawa really myself, but I'll put that down for you.
I think Kyrie, maybe not, because we didn't really get to know her before she died. Beyond like the whole
Hmm.
chessboard thing.
Yeah, she set up like
Yeah.
Battler's whole like thought process behind everything. But
Yeah.
I could see her dying again, just because like, since he still needs 6 people to die, and we've shifted people around a bit. If we keep
Yeah.
Battler's family out of it for the longest time until like the end, we can keep like some like mystique and like interest in like what's going on with him to make him the kind of person he is beyond his dad being a dick and him
Yeah.
remarrying. So I think Kyrie is gonna fucking cark it.
Probably.
Maybe.
Go on.
Maybe Rosa again, but I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll see. What about you, Velvet? What do you think?
I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, Goda gives me like
I think Goda's
Butt
gonna
Monkey
die.
vibes.
Goda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he feels
Yeah, I
very
feel
much
like
like a character that dies every time.
Yeah.
I do think he's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna die first. I think if they're gonna kill another servant, they're gonna shift the order around for some characterization. And
that's
since we're
Yeah.
focusing high on Shannon this time, I don't think she's gonna die immediately. It would probably
Oh,
be
hell no.
like Canon who dies first again. But I don't think he's gonna die first tonight either.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest, I just think it's gonna be Kraus, Rudolph, Kyrie, Natsuhi.
I mean,
I don't
Kraus
think
doesn't really need more characterization. You look at his face, you know exactly what he's
Yeah.
about.
I think
Hmm.
the easiest way to like actually make this a hard case for us and everything, because this is supposed to be a first-rate mystery, it would be to
Mhm.
get rid of Nanjo first, since without a doctor
Yeah.
we lose a lot of
Yeah,
valuable information.
Actually, I was thinking that too.
So I
That's
think-
what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so I think Nanjo's gonna eat it. Alright, so that is all 6 for you, Soundwave. You and I have one more Velvet to guess.
Mm. Oh. Part of me wants to say maybe Genji, or it's kind of like a 50-50 of either Genji or Kumasela.
Actually, the way the last mystery was set up, only one of the siblings survived. And I think it might be that same way again, so we get more interest in investigation how those people like learn over time. So since it's only like between Ava and Rosa, like as like the next two like who could go on, I think Rosa will keep going till the end. So Ava might die early this time, and then let like Rosa to start doing her characterization, since like having to deal with like, oh, we know she has a shitty relationship with Maria. Now what if that happens while weird shit's going down and she gets very upset?
Yep. So, then we lose a little more of the mystery because Maria helped with that.
Well, that depends on like if each mystery is caused by like different circumstances. That's the other thing. Because like if it is like a time loop thing like Higurashi, it might not be the same event.
So I wonder if the epitaph stays the same between each.
I think, because that feels very much like the central mystery of this game, is solve the epitaph, and then can Battler prove whether or not magic exists? Those feel like the two main like questions that are gonna ask. And also because of that, because the way it seems set up at the end, Battler seems to be like his main question isn't actually the epitaph. It is prove that all the murders can be done without magic.
Yep.
So, with the way that's phrased, I don't think Battler's going to be the one to solve the epitaph.
Yeah, the epitaph is very secondary to what Battler's doing.
Yeah. So it's going to be entirely everyone else in the family. And since it seems to be their main concern at the time, like, this particularly for the 4 main siblings, I think it's going to narrow it down to, like, them or their partners. And of them that we have seen so far, only 2 of them really have any, like, deductive capabilities shown. That's Kyrie and Ava.
Yeah.
Like, both of them have like, very bad limitations on their things, but because Kyrie's, like, thought process is shared by Battler with the chessboard thing, I think the epitaph's gonna need a different way to actually, like, solve its mystery. So I think Ava might actually be the one, like, if, like, another episode or something, to, like, actually solve the epitaph if she doesn't...
Good.
That's just my thoughts on it.
The only one of the siblings that knows that the gold is actually real up to this point has been Kraus.
Yes, he's the one who knows for a fact it's real.
And he showed that to Natsuhi.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, because of the way Kraus is, I don't think he ever survives. I'm gonna call that now.
I don't think he's gonna, like, survive most of it. I think he'll have some, like, bits where he'll, like, last beyond the first night, just so we can learn more about his character, but...
He just doesn't seem like the type to survive past, like, night 2.
Yeah, he would be the one to actively antagonize people on the first night. After the first night.
Yeah.
But, before we go on, like, did you ever say, like, your last guess on, like, who you think's gonna die, Velvet? Kraus, Natsuhi, Rudolph, Goda, and Nanja were you?
Yeah. I don't know, man, like,
you could just pick someone randomly just from vibes.
yeah, I want to say Genji, to be honest.
Alright. So, these are our guesses for who's gonna die when. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in so it's a bit easier to see. So, I will be keeping track of this and all of our guesses as to who did what every time we start a new episode. Because I want to see how many of us can actually guess, right? But...
yeah.
Anyways, now that that's done, let's get back to the title screen. I did save, I'm pretty sure, yeah, so it should be fine. And who is live that we can raid?
Nick.
Oh, right, he's playing Fate Samurai Remnant.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to play that game and, like, see how that's gonna go, but... No, not picture box, I didn't want... wanted, like, to get some music to background for this, but,
Okay, so he actually knows Umineko. We could probably mention something from the game.
yeah. Yeah, he knows Umineko.
Hell's Halls raid?
What?
Hell's Halls raid?
Hell's Halls raid.
My favorite track from the game.
Umineko when they vibe.
When they vibe. You know
When
what?
they-
Let's go with Tivos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is why we need him back on these streams. He knows what's up. He's got
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I miss the banter between all.
Yeah.
Well,
We need to
most
find time
of
to
us.
start. We need to find to start to do this again with each other. But I'll reach out and like see if we can do some like more games or like streams or whatever together. But anyway,
Yeah.
I think I can. I have this set up right, so I can switch to stream ending chat. We're still here, but now we've got like the ending card thing while the raid's set up.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks all for stopping by. We might be streaming tomorrow, might not, but if it doesn't, I will probably just set out a ping and I will eventually set up like a consistent schedule for this shit once, because we've got this, and Sunday we're not having a stream because we have Pathfinder game going on that night, right?
No.
Next week?
Next week.
Ah.
Pack
Then yes,
is
we can.
moving, so
Then yes, we can stream on Sunday then, if y'all are free.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
at the very least, we will be streaming on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah? Any final words before they head out? Or
Not that I can think of at the moment.
Bye.
and go on?
I said bye.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He was straightforward with it.
Take it. Bye. Enjoy, Nick.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.